All right, you guys, that is not how we wanted to start. This is how we wanted to start. All right, guys, so as promised, even though I'm falling asleep today, okay, we are live. We're covering the severe weather that is currently going on in a big chunk of the country. Um, Let me change a couple of things here really quickly. We got to change that color. That's not the correct color. And then let me change two more. So this is Cocat Slight. Where's Slight? There you go. And then the following one would be... Sorry, I meant to click on Enhanced. Enhanced. Here we go. Okay, guys. So there we go. We're talking about the severe weather going on right now. Obviously, we have a lot of alerts right now in effect. If I go ahead and zoom in, these are all the alerts that we've been seeing here. And let me do something really quickly here so that we can zoom in a little bit here. This is where we're seeing the majority of the activity right now. Several alerts currently in effect. Let me go zoom one. Let's save this. Okay. And then back here, we also have a couple more storms that are starting to pop off right now. Okay. Let me go over here and do zoom 2. That way we remember. Okay. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We have got several alerts currently in effect right now. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, so no tornado warnings for the time being, but we have 30 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect as these storms continue to move towards the south and east over portions of the southeast. So yeah, we have a lot to get to today. We have the severe weather threat that is going to continue as well. So yeah, we have a lot to get to today, especially with all of the activity that we currently have going on. Okay, so yeah, so now we are officially live. I just wanted to make sure that we are perfect. What's going on, Tighter? Thank you so much for joining me today. We're logging on late here, but better late than never. Okay. And then I just wanted to check a couple more things really quickly. Just 1 second here. Okay. And then let me see here. Okay. And I'm just checking one other thing. I'm sorry about that. We just started the live stream a second ago. Okay. So, what do we have to talk about today? Several alerts. I don't think I'm going to be live for that long because I am tired, you guys. Last night was a late night. Thank you, Tighter, if you're still with me. And we have got several alerts currently in effect right now. We also have several severe thunderstorm watches that are also in effect. Let me show you guys those really quickly. And a few, I think one was actually just issued just now, so we'll go ahead and talk about that. Let me zoom in here to some of the severe thunderstorm watches that we currently have in effect, which do cover a big chunk of Indiana into Kentucky, into places like West Virginia and Virginia as well. I believe that this is a brand new one here. When was this issued? Okay, it doesn't tell me when it was issued, but yeah, more than likely, I'm pretty sure that that's a newer one. Let me zoom in here. If you happen to be watching me from Indianapolis, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch right now that is going to extend into 8 p.m. Central or 9 p.m. Eastern. And this is going to include places like, well, areas to the south of Indianapolis, okay? So we're talking about Robinson, Bedford, Greensburg, right outside of Connorsville, Brazil. Okay, interesting name there. And when it comes to this particular severe thunderstorm watch, we are talking about 2-inch hail and also winds gusting to about 80 miles per hour. So very strong winds. Okay, as this activity continues to move towards the south here. And what I'm going to do, let me see if I can bring this up really quickly so that we can see what's going on here. Okay, yeah. So a tornado or two is also possible. So they're going with widespread damaging winds and isolated significant gusts to 80 miles per hour likely. And also isolated very large hail events up to 2 inches in diameter or more possible, and a tornado or two is also possible. We also have another severe thunderstorm watch a bit more towards the south and east to include portions of southeastern Indiana. This also includes portions of Kentucky, and this is going to expire at 9 p.m. Central Time or 10 p.m. Eastern. This is going to include places, for example, like Lexington. We're talking about Louisville, Elizabethtown, Berea, Somerset, Middlesboro as well. Okay, so over here with this particular severe thunderstorm watch, we are talking about 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well, and we're also talking about hail 1.5 inches in diameter too. So yeah, very active over here when it comes to this particular severe thunderstorm watch, which by the way also extends a little bit into West Virginia too. So that's something to keep in mind. And with this, let's see, are they saying any? Okay, a tornado or two is also possible with this particular severe thunderstorm watch that is currently in effect. What's going on, TLM Web? Hey, Jess, evening from Kentucky here, just hanging out. Okay, awesome. Listen, depending on where you live in Kentucky, you more than likely have a severe thunderstorm watch over your area. So just make sure that you're, staying indoors, away from windows. We're talking about very strong winds. We've seen some images from earlier today that literally look like a hurricane landfall with the strong winds that have been coming through with these severe storms. So yeah, you guys, we have to be extremely careful with this. And by the way, a little bit more towards the south and east, another severe thunderstorm watch as well. Evening, thank you for keeping us informed. No problem. Listen, I'm on late, but it's better late than never. I had to work. I just worked for 9 hours and I drove an hour there and an hour back. But listen, we're here. We're tired, but we're here. Okay? That's the important part. Let me see. X Zombie 13X. Good evening. What is going on? Thank you for joining me this evening. And the Radical Squadron, greetings, beautiful. Thank you so much. Greetings to you as well. Okay, guys, we have another severe thunderstorm watch. If you happen to be living over here in portions of this would be Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia. This is going to include areas right outside of Knoxville. We're talking Johnson City, North Wilkesboro, Mount Airy, Wytheville, and also Abingdon. Okay, so over here with this severe thunderstorm watch, this is going to be in effect until 1 a.m. Central or 2 a.m. Eastern. And over here, we're talking about 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with the strong storms moving through and also 1-inch hail. Let's see, when it comes to this particular severe thunderstorm watch, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more detail here. This is also, okay, so they're saying a tornado or two is also possible, okay? So for all of these areas, tornadoes cannot be completely ruled out, okay? Carolina Pandies, hello from West North Carolina, new here. Thank you so much for joining me, Carolina. I'm so happy that you're new here. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you're not subscribed already, if you already are, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody that has been subscribing. You guys are amazing, okay? And thank you for joining me today. I know we're doing a little bit of a late stream, but we're here. We're doing it, okay? And it's not that bad because the severe threat is still going to continue as we head into tonight, as you can tell from all of these severe thunderstorm watches that we currently have in effect, okay? So let me talk about just a couple more here, and then we're going to get into some of the alerts that we're already seeing. Let me make sure also that I have up here the warnings list just in case we get oops, that's not what we wanted to do. Just in case we get another severe, another tornado warning. That way we can be on top of that. Let's see. Okay, cool. So right now, no tornado warnings. That's perfect. Great. 2 more severe thunderstorm watches that are currently in effect. Okay, this is for South Dakota. This is going to be until 9 p.m. Central, so 9 p.m. Central time here. This includes Rapid City. Over here, we're talking about 3-inch humongous hail and also 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with any of the storms that form in this area, which, by the way, they are starting to form right now, which, it's getting really active, so we'll show you that in a second. And then a bit more towards the north over here, we also have a severe thunderstorm watch that's currently in effect as well. This is going to include 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also 2.5-inch hail. Humongous hail falling from the sky here, and this is going to be in effect until 1 a.m. Central Time. Let me show you guys some of the alerts that we currently have in effect here. So this is one of the more active areas here. In total, right now, we have 23 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect, and the majority of the activity here over Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio as well, but starting to, well, not starting, it has been moving through North Carolina, but now starting to move into South Carolina as well. So very, very active, okay? And let me see. By the way, Lake Lure just subbed. Amazing. Thank you so much. Let me look up where that is so I can be on top of that. Lake Lure. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so you're close to Asheville. Okay, cool. So I'll keep an eye on that area too. Which, by the way, I do think you also have that higher risk today of seeing some flash flooding too. So let me know if you've seen any flooding in your area yet. And also, thank you, Tyler, for telling everybody to subscribe. Amazing. And by the way, is the term derecho fairly new? Hearing more of it lately, it's basically a straight line winds. Yeah, so it's not new. It's just that people don't use it too much. For example, like I worked on the news for 7 years. We never used that term. But basically, when you get all of these storms to kind of bunch up like this, look at this. Look, I'm going to show you. This is the perfect example, okay? I'm gonna explain to you, and most of the time they confirm whether or not it was a derecho after the fact. It's normally not during, right? So it's kind of like when you have a tornado, right? After the tornado comes through, they come out, they survey the area, and then they tell you, oh, this is an EF1, EF2, EF3. It's the same kind of idea. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, okay? Another thing I'm going to do so that you can kind of understand. So, and this is literally happening in real time right now. For example, with this big group of storms, you see this? You see how it's moving towards the south and east, right? But look along the leading edge of that. The leading edge. We see those darker colors. We see the not the purples. Geez, guys, I am running on almost no sleep. So listen, I'm doing my best here. You see the reds, the oranges, and the yellows, and the way that it's kind of bowing out. It's not, it's kind of making like a U shape as it's moving forward along here. Let me pause it so that you could see. There's kind of like the U shape, right? So along that leading edge, we have those straight line winds that are very strong and cause a lot of damage. And if we go ahead and turn on all the severe thunderstorm warnings, you're going to notice that where within this big group of storms are the severe thunderstorm warnings. They're all along the leading edge, right? So with that being said, that would be a derecho. So if a derecho, and again, they confirm it after the fact, if a derecho is going on right now, basically what does that mean? This is what we classify as a long-lived, long track, basically line of destructive storms that comes through and brings a very strong winds, okay? Some of the images that we were seeing earlier today, and I'll go ahead and so that you could see, as this was moving towards the south and east, look, all of the warnings have been along the leading edge of this group. So derecho is basically that. It's for, just to kind of simplify it, a long-lived storm that covers many, many, many miles. It's not just one area, right? We're talking about it crosses several states as it moves forward, and it causes damaging winds in a widespread area. So I think the technical definition, there's a specific, like it has to cover at least so many miles and cause this level of wind damage or whatever the case may be, like, certain miles per hour when it comes to the winds. That's pretty much what it is. So basically, it's a big windstorm, which can be very damaging, okay? Like I said, some of the images that we saw from earlier today, it literally looks like a hurricane making landfall. That's how strong the winds are with some of these stronger terms, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And, if we happen to have one right now, we'll find out after the fact, but does this look like the makings of potentially a derecho here? Look at this. It's almost textbook. It's almost textbook, okay? Definition of a derecho, all right? Which, by the way, derecho is a Spanish word that means straight. So straight line winds just coming in, pushing through, and causing damage, obviously, okay? Winds get us here in Lake Lure. Let me see. Yeah, so you're near Asheville. So most of the storms have moved by, but you have, look, my friend Carolina, if you're still with me, which, okay, you are, you have this line of storms on the way to you. Now, let's see how it interacts with the mountains because obviously it may not be as strong once it crosses the mountains. But yeah, you've already seen some storms moving through near the area, and now we have this bigger batch back here of the strong storms. Okay, makes perfect sense. Thank you for explaining. No problem, a nickel pony. Okay, perfect. All right, so man, we're seeing a ton of alerts right now. Let me see. So this is one of the main areas that we're seeing the alerts right now. Let's go to one of the other areas. So things are starting to bubble up over here in the plains. We're talking about the northern plains here and the Dakotas as well. So we're starting to see things, some stuff bubbling up over here with that. Now, let's come back over here. Let's see, where do we have some... We have some new severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued. I'll go over a couple of them. How long have we been live? 15 minutes. Let's go over the ones that have been after 7 p.m. Central Time or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see. All right, so probably we're not a ton of people live here, but we'll still talk about it. We'll go over some of them at least because there's just too many. I mean, if I sit here and tell you every single severe thunderstorm warning, it's crazy. Anyways, this is for South Dakota. This is for Butte, Harding, Perkins, and Meade counties, just like we were seeing last night. Until 7 p.m. local time, you have got a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is due to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also baseball-sized hail that is falling from the sky. And this has the destructive tag on it. We don't see that all the time. Destructive storm for Haystack Buttes, Hoover, Castle, and Rock. Okay, so places like Newell, Hoover, Castle Rock, Reddig, Mud Buttes, Deers Ears Butte. These city names are interesting. Okay, with this severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 7 p.m. local time there. Okay, so destructive tags over here. We're talking about humongous hail, and we'll go over the general threat. Now, another one that was issued recently, which this looks like it's for Tennessee, and this was issued at 7:08 p.m. here, and it would be this box that you see here, so it would be this one right here. It's going to include Kingsport, Johnson City, Rogersville, Greenville, Oak Grove. Over here, we're talking about Sullivan, Hawkins, Washington, Hancock, Greene, Unicoi, and also Carter counties in Tennessee. Until 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, you have got this severe thunderstorm warning over your area due to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also penny-sized hail. This would include, like I mentioned, some of the cities here, but also portions of the I-26 and also the I-81, okay? Let me show you a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings that we currently have in effect here. It's just that there's so many being issued at the same time. It's like not even funny. Okay, we already went over that one. Let's go over the next one. Another one over here, a little bit more towards the west. Hold on, give me 1 second. Doesn't look like a very populated area. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I'm at the bar. Don't mind me. And no problem, Carolina. By the way, Carrie, you missed it. Yesterday, we were roasting in the chat. Oh my God, I had to block, I think like 1 or 2 people. You would have been laughing. It was hilarious. It was too much. Still nothing in Texas. Come on, fall need a break from the heat. Yeah, it's just been super hot in Texas, seriously. No, she's not hating, girl. She's not hating on you. What's going on, Grifter? Thank you for joining. And thank you for dropping a like. And thank you so much, Carrie. You are correct. We need females in the weather space. I'm going to support when I can. Okay? Amazing. Thank you so much. I know. Don't worry. They might be back tonight. So let's see what happens. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's go over a couple more, and then we're going to go over the severe threat as we head into tonight. Because obviously, tonight we're going to continue to see that activity. So I'm going to go over the general threat for the area moving forward. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued over here. Is it this one? No. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Geez Louise, guys. There's so many warnings coming out that it's like it gets confused. Okay, well, that one, no offense to whoever lives there, but I don't think a ton of people live there. Maybe some cows and like, I don't know. But, so we're going to go to the next severe thunderstorm. We're going to try to, Thank you so much, Tex J. Jones. Thank you. Everybody sub. Let's get her over 3K. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. And yes, if we could get to 3K tonight, I would not be mad at that. Okay? Right now, we are 47 subscribers away from 3,000 subscribers. So if you want to join the cause, go ahead and subscribe. It's not a problem with me. Okay? I'm going to love it here. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, Carolina. And thank you. Let me see. Even at the bar. It's happening. Okay. Hopefully it does, guys. I have to remind people to subscribe. Guys, subscribe. Okay? All right. So, and thank you once again, Tex J. Jones. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Okay, this is the one that we were talking about, right? Yeah, okay. This was issued at 7:11 Central. Let's see, no, here. Okay. So we have got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. This is for portions of South Carolina. We're talking about Lawrence, Spartanburg, Union counties in South Carolina. And until 9 p.m., you're going to be under this severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, so that's 9 p.m. local time. And we're talking about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also quarter-size hail that's going to be possible with this. Over here, we're talking about the following cities in South Carolina. It would be Union, Woodruff, Roebuck, Buffalo, Moore, Pauline, Honore, Cross Keys, and also Cross Anchor. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys 3 more severe thunderstorm warnings, and then we're going to continue with the general, what we're expecting in general for tonight. And also we can look at your future radar as well. Okay, for anybody worried about what may happen in the next coming hours. This is for portions of Nebraska. Again, not a ton of people live out here, but we're going to shout them out anyways. This was issued at 7:13 p.m. Central Time or 6:13 p.m. local time here. This is for portions of Cherry and Sheridan counties in Nebraska until 7:15 p.m. local time. We are talking about the destructive tag on this particular severe thunderstorm warning. We're talking baseball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to include places like Gordon, Rushville, White Clay, Clinton, Lone Butte, and Mills Road. Okay, so we're talking about very dangerous hail here, humongous hail that's falling from the sky, almost 3 inches in diameter. Okay, baseball-sized hail, humongous hail over here. Okay, thank you so much. Oh my God, Carrie, when she's at the bar, she's like a different, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you for the super chat. You're amazing. Thank you guys so much. You did not have to do that. But thank you. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. How many subs before offer membership? Oh, I don't know. What do people even do in a membership? I have to see. It's happening. Thank you so much. I subbed the minute I joined. Thank you so much, Carolina. At least I didn't lose my power for now in Ohio. Yeah, and I think things are starting to calm down in Ohio, okay? And once again, my girl Carrie, you did not have to send me the super chat. I am super, super, super appreciative of you, okay? And thank you for supporting me. You know, this is amazing. You guys did not have to be doing this, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, and thank you, by the way, Muhammad, for subscribing. You ain't wrong. Hey, listen. I get it. Trust me, I get it here. Okay? Guys, I'm only 4 subscribers away from 2,960. So let's do the smaller, the smaller goals. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be great. All right, let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning that has now been issued. Let's zoom in here. This was issued at, geez Louise, there's just more and more and more severe thunderstorm warnings. It's insane, okay? This is for portions of Kentucky. If anybody's watching me from Kentucky, we have got a severe thunderstorm warning for Cumberland and Adair counties in Kentucky until 8 p.m. Central Time, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and also quarter-sized hail. We are talking about places, for example, like Gradyville, Cundiff, Gadberry, Breeding, Bliss, Fairblade, Chance, Inroad, Nell, and also Flatwood. So this entire area is under a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be due to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also quarter-size hail here. Once again, we are talking about Cumberland and Adair counties in Kentucky. Okay, so make sure that you are staying away from windows. Make sure that you're staying safe, okay? There may or may not be a derecho type of situation underway right now with this activity. And then lastly, a little bit more towards the north. This is the last severe thunderstorm warning that I'm going to show for now. We have another severe thunderstorm warning here, and this is for portions of Hardin County in Kentucky until 9 p.m. Eastern. We are talking about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also quarter-sized hail. We're talking about places like Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, Longview, Howe Valley, and also Vertrees. So make sure once again that you are staying away from windows, making sure you're staying indoors. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for you, and also quarter-sized hail. This is going to be in effect until 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. All right. Let's do something here. Let's go sub. Thank you so much. Can you check Franklin County? What state are you in again, my friend? Okay, Ohio. Franklin County, Ohio. Where is that at? Franklin County, Ohio. Oh, so it's Columbus. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in Columbus right now for my friend. My friend Mohammed. Let me see here. Another severe thunderstorm warning. This is like too much. So right now it's dry. I'm gonna go over the threat. We have to look up we have to look at the future radar for that. Because you just subscribed, I'm gonna go ahead and load it. It takes a little while to load, but let me see. Future radar, where are you? Here we go. So this is the future radar. I think you may be done, but let's see. I haven't looked at this in a little while. We're loading up what the future could look like. We're not psychic, but so this would be Ohio right here. You're right in this area. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like you could get some storms tomorrow morning, but then after that, you're pretty much mostly in the clear. Let's see, because this only shows us the next, 18 hours? So instead, let's do the next 36 hours for my friend Mohammed really quickly to show you guys the future radar here. And by the way, tomorrow the severe storm threat is going to continue, but it's going to go down. It's not going to be as high as today. Okay? Oh my God, guys, I'm only 40 subscribers away from 3,000. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so let's see. So pretty much you're in the clear for the most part. You might get some storms overnight, so right around 6 a.m. It looks like the majority of the activity is going to stay towards the south of you, though. And then after that, let's see. Tomorrow, maybe some rain, but after that, you're fine. Okay? My friend Mohammed, I think you're pretty much out of it. It's just overnight, you might have a little bit of an issue, okay, with that. Let me see. The weather has been wild today. Yes, it has. What's going on, Chris? 4K 2023. Tony DeRosa, like, sub. Thank you so much. What's going on, Jesse? Thank you for joining me. Are you going to tell me you love me again? Yesterday, he put in the chat like 20 times that he loved me. I appreciate the love, my friend. I appreciate it. Anyway, so let's see. You know what? Now that we're here with the future radar loaded up, let's do something, okay? Let's talk about tonight. And let me just make sure, I'm going to turn on a couple of things here. And let me just make sure very quickly. Let's see if the SPC has updated the convective product really quickly. Did they? Not yet, but they'll probably do it while we're live, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. Right now, it is 7:24 p.m. Central. So pretty much this is what we're talking about over here. So as these storms, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And remember, this SPC outlook that we're seeing in the background, the green, the yellow, and the orange, this is for tonight into the overnight hours. So this is going to take us through like 8 a.m. Okay? That's what we're looking at here. So as these storms right here continue to move towards the south and east, okay? This is, and by the way, I'm going to zoom out so that we can also see the Carolinas, right? Tennessee and also Georgia, where we also have that risk. So let's move forward. Let's say around 10 p.m. So this is around 10 p.m. Central Time or 11 p.m. Eastern. And we are talking about these strong storms starting to make their way into North Carolina. So my friend, hold on, because I'm getting like all this stuff over here. My friend Carolina, if you're still with me, okay? My friend Carolina in North Carolina, eventually you may be getting these storms. So let's take a look. By the time that we reach, let's say 12 a.m., okay, Central Time, or that would be 1 a.m. Eastern, these storms start to move into central North Carolina. We also are talking about a line of storms over here still over portions of Ohio, stretching into West Virginia right around that time. Excuse me. I ate right before this live stream, so I'm sorry about that. But even up here in Chicago, portions of northern or central Indiana, seeing some storms as well, okay? Then we're going to push forward. Let's pause right around 3 a.m. Central Time, or this would be 4 a.m. Eastern. We are talking about this line of storms that's going to be still stretching from, let's say, near the Chicago area into portions of Indiana, into Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and even down here into Virginia as well. We're still going to be seeing that activity. And then right around 6 a.m., this is what the radar could look like, okay? So we are just talking about a very, very active night, okay, overall from North Carolina into Virginia and really over this area where we also have that higher end risk of seeing some flash flooding too, which the bullseye is kind of right over Ohio, Kentucky into West Virginia, okay, which can also be very, very dangerous, okay? Now, let me move forward a little bit more into time. Let's call it 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. We still have this activity, but then we move into the day 2 risk. So this is our day 2 risk, okay? So yeah, we're going to have rain over this area, obviously, like we already know, right around 8 a.m. Central, or this would be 9 a.m. Eastern over this area. But then we're going to move forward into time, and we're going to have another group of storms that are going to move during the afternoon over Indiana and down here into Illinois and quickly move towards the south and east. The good news is that for tomorrow, the severe weather risk is not as high as what we're expecting for today, okay? And then so pretty much it's kind of like a line of storms that's just going to be training over the same areas over and over and over again. Now, let me back up, and for anybody that's a little bit more towards this area here, we're talking about the northern plains here, the Midwest. Let's talk about what you could expect. So this is for tonight. Let me back up though. Already we have these storms starting to bubble up here in the Dakotas, in the plains here. And then as we move forward into time, these storms overnight are going to fire off. Okay, that's why we have some severe thunderstorm watches over here that go into the overnight. Okay, so they're going to fire off and they're going to move towards the south and east. And then, so this is already by tomorrow. Let me back up and put up the risk for tomorrow. By tomorrow, with the storms moving through this area, Nebraska, the Dakotas, we're going to have some storms moving in again, another line as we head into tomorrow night. So it's kind of like a train of storms back to back to back. Okay, literally we call it, training storms, because look at this. Here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put up the day 1. Okay, over this highlighted area, take a look at this. We're going to loop the next 36 hours. Let's see. So storms over this area, and it's just like they just keep on popping up, moving towards the south and east, and then popping up again and moving towards the south and east again. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Well, that's kind of what we're looking at as we head into the next few hours and as the storms continue. Okay. By the way, let's see, any new severe thunderstorm watches just in case? Is that new? No, I think we already spoke about that one. Let me make sure. Let's come back over here. Let's go to the watch list. We need the watch list up here, my friends. Where's the watch list? Well, first of all, take this off. Watch list, boom. This was issued 2/40/10. Okay, no. So nothing new yet with the severe thunderstorm watches. Do we have any new mesoscale discussions? Okay, we have a couple, but these might already be severe thunderstorm watches, which I believe this one and that one probably already is. So if we go ahead and overlap the severe thunderstorm watches right on top of this, let's see. Yeah, pretty much. Except for down here in Nebraska. So we can look at that mesoscale discussion in a second. Let me pull it up over here while I read the chat. Let me see. I'm scrolling back up. Thank you guys so much for chatting with me. By the way, please make sure that you do subscribe. I am a meteorologist. I worked on TV for 7 years. Now we made this weather channel so that we can get into all things weather. Listen, if you were ever wondering what a meteorologist was like outside of work, that's me. I don't work on the news anymore, so I can be 100% myself. We have fun here. We talk about all different type of topics, not just weather. If we gotta roast people in the chat, we will. It's not a problem. We did that yesterday, no problem. We have fun here. Make sure you subscribe so you can get your weather information, but also have fun while doing it. I'm not a robotic meteorologist, as you can tell. Obviously, today we're keeping it a little bit more serious because of all the activity that we have going on. But please make sure that you do subscribe. I won't be mad at it because we are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. I'm only 40. At this point, no, this would be 39 subscribers away from 3,000. Okay, so if you want to help me out, it will be amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that has been super chatting too. Hi there, do it. You're welcome. What did you eat today? I ate Jersey Mike's and I ate ravioli. Okay, Muhammad is saying, well, it did start 2 days ago. First in Ohio, then more states got hit. Yeah, this general area here is just going to continue to get hit, unfortunately, today into tomorrow too. Yeah, Wild Bill, there's not really a way to do that. I just kind of selected, I don't even live in Central Time. I live in the Eastern Time Zone. And the problem is that I don't think that this program has that ability. But listen, once I have more subscribers and I can afford a better program, there's a way to do it with a different program that I know about. But, yeah. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But yeah, no, this program doesn't do it. I do Central because it's more like centralized, obviously. Like, I don't want to go off of Eastern Time and everybody, and the majority of the activity is going on in Central Time. You get what I'm saying? X Zombie says, thank goodness these storms cooled things down. The heat was starting to make me crabby. Listen, I live in South Florida near Miami. I've been dealing with the heat my whole life, and it's been super hot. I tried to go on my break today in my car. Not even the AC can help the situation with the heat over here, man. It's crazy. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the chat really quick, guys. The Ohio storm is almost in good parts of Canada. Yep. Good evening, Salty Pasta. What is going on? Thank you for joining me. And no problem, Caroline. If you were saying thank you to me, I don't know. But if you were, thank you. I swear, if my pool weather gets ruined, my pool weather gets ruined all the time over here in South Florida. All right, no problem, Mohammed. Ciao. Let me see. What's going on, Bearded Observer? Hello, Miss Jessica. Thank you. What's going on? Humpty Bumpty, I'm assuming. Thank you for joining, and no problem. Did I see the tornado movies? I've seen some. Oh, good, no worries. Thank you, though. Yeah, I got you. Listen, soon, we'll be able to do it eventually. Okay? We got hit hard here in northern Indiana, trees down everywhere, and many still without power. Yeah. It was looking kind of crazy earlier today. I mean, I wish I could have covered it, but I was working with. That's why we're here at night. Okay? Jessica, at night. Okay? Gil Flores, keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's go over some of the mesoscale discussions that we have right now. So they're going with a watch as possible over here in Nebraska. This is according to the Storm Prediction Center. They're mainly talking about pretty huge hail that's going to be possible over here, over portions even of the I-80. This is going to include North Platte. Over here, we're talking about winds between 55 and 70 miles per hour. And we're also talking about hail between 1.5 inches and 2.5 inches in diameter. So we're talking about humongous hail that could be falling from the sky in this part of Nebraska. Okay, so they're saying there's a 40% chance that they could issue a watch over here. Let's see if they end up doing it. So far, you know, we're not really uh, right now, we don't have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect right now, but either way, that's still going to be possible for this area. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see. Let's look at least some of the severe thunderstorm warnings that we have right now. The main areas that we have the majority of the activity right now would be zoom number 1 down here in the southeast, particularly along the leading edge of this humongous group of severe storms here. And I'll go ahead and zoom in there. This is the group of storms, the leading edge here, the entire leading edge of the, let's call this like one big group of storms. The entire leading edge is basically severe thunderstorm warned. Okay. And this is going to stretch anywhere from Kentucky all the way down into portions of Tennessee, portions of Virginia as well. Okay. And even into portions of North Carolina now with those severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's the main idea that we're seeing right now. Several alerts currently in effect. We're talking about 19 severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect right now. Now, for areas a little bit more towards the south and east, we do have some alerts in effect, but nothing severe. We're talking about, some special weather statements that are in effect, flash flood warnings as well. But most of the severe activity is related to this chunk of storms over here. Now, the other spot where we're starting to see the majority of the activity here is over here in portions of the Dakotas, right? We have got some pretty strong storms that are starting to bubble up here. And these are, discrete cells that are starting to pop up over this area. They might join up, obviously, as a line. But, individual cells that are starting to pop up over here that are also severe thunderstorm warned. But I want you guys to remember, over here, we're talking about humongous hail. We're talking about golf ball size hail, just humongous hail that's going to be possible with these severe thunderstorm warnings. So please make sure that you are exercising the utmost caution. Let's go over some of the severe thunderstorm warnings that have already been issued here. Let's see. Let's go over here down to the southeast. We have got a severe thunderstorm warning right over here. I'm going to show you guys. I believe it's this one, right? Issued at 7:29 Central. Okay, so for this particular severe thunderstorm warning, we are talking about portions of Tennessee. Until 9:30 p.m., you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to include Morristown, Jefferson City, Newport, Dandridge, Maynardville, Rutledge, and also New Tazewell. Okay, and now let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning, and we're going in order that it was issued. So, and by the way, all of these have the considerable tag on them over here in portions of the Dakotas. So this one was issued at 7:30 p.m. Central. So it would be this one right here. Let's zoom in. This is for portions of Grant and Hettinger counties in North Dakota until 7:30 p.m. local time. We are talking about golf ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for places, for example, like Elgin, New Leipzig, interesting name. We're also talking about Burt and also Bentley, okay? Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning here that has also been recently issued right over here. Severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see what the deal is with this one. This is for portions of South Dakota. We're talking Custer, Oglala, and also Pennington counties until 7:30 p.m. local time. We're talking about ping pong ball sized hail that is falling from the sky. Humongous hail that is falling from the sky at this time in portions of South Dakota. Please make sure that you, are staying indoors. And here's the last severe thunderstorm warning that I'm going to show you guys for now. And obviously, as they continue to come out, we'll continue to talk about them. Right here, this has the considerable tag on it as well. We have got this particular severe thunderstorm warning in portions of South Carolina. This is for Lawrence, Chester, Union counties in South Carolina. Until 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, we are talking about 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, nickel-sized hail, and this is going to be in effect until 9:30 p.m. We're talking about Carlisle, places, for example, like Tuckertown, Leeds, and Santuck are all under this severe thunderstorm warning at this time. All right, so let me go over the thread of continuing to see activity as we head into the next few hours here. Let me go ahead and give you guys somewhat of a breakdown in general of what we're expecting, because we saw some of the timing a little bit earlier. So let's talk about it. This is what they issued for today. This is going to be updated while we're live. So if you want to make sure that you know about the update, please make sure that you subscribe. We're only 7 subscribers away from 2,970 subscribers. So go ahead and help me out if you'd like. If you don't want to, that's fine. No worries. But anyways, this is the severe thunderstorm threat that they issued for today. Some of this is still going to be in effect once they update this while we're live here. But pretty much the main area of concern has been this area here in portions of Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana as well, which is the storms that we're already seeing right now, and the ones moving towards the south and east. Now, the tornado threat is basically in portions of South Dakota, but also from, again, this is going to all be updated soon, but basically from Illinois stretching into West Virginia, stretching into Kentucky, where we're still seeing those storms right now. That's where we've had that threat for today. So, you know, Columbus, Charleston, Louisville, but I think most of those storms are pretty much already, the stronger storms are already starting to enter into Virginia, okay? The other area with that threat throughout the day today has been portions of South Dakota to include Rapid City. Now, here is the hail threat. Again, they're probably going to update this at any moment now, so I'm going to be on the lookout for that. But here is the hail threat. We're talking about hail over an inch in diameter. That has pretty much been the case for the storms that we're seeing here, but especially over here where we're already seeing these severe thunderstorm warnings for ping pong ball sized hail, baseball sized hail. We're talking about humongous hail, okay? But particularly here, where all those alerts are already going on here in the black, we're talking the black shaded area here. We're talking about Rapid City, Hot Springs, and stretching into Dickinson as well. Over here, we're talking about hail over 2 inches in diameter. So humongous hail. That has been the risk so far. And then here is the wind threat. We're talking about winds over 60 miles per hour, but especially right in here where the storms are still kind of moving through in some of these areas, we are talking about winds over 75 miles per hour to include portions of Kentucky, West Virginia as well, southern Ohio. But again, these storms are starting to move towards the south. So they're going to update all of this pretty soon. All right. Now, as we head into tomorrow, the severe weather threat is going to continue. Okay. So this is not going to end here. And we're going to break that down in a second. Let me see. Let me look at the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been looking at it. What is going on if you're still with me? K. Dodd XN? What's going on? He says hi. Hello, how are you? No, stay away from Omaha. I wish I could make storms to stay away from Omaha, Carrie, but I can't. It skipped Toledo, thankfully, just a little rain. And we might have some rain overnight, you know, but let me see. But Columbus and Dayton, ooh wee, yep. I'm not exercising. Jesse, I don't like fishing, to be honest, but I like going on boats or like piers. That's fun. Let me see. Yeah, it's been kind of intense. Not kind of. It's been intense over there, the Radical Squadron. Right. Yeah, that's true. As you K Dodd XN715, if you notice, yeah, the higher you go up in altitude, the stronger the winds are. That's normally the case. Let's see, huge difference. It's wild. Have seen winds at 17 miles per hour. Yep, for 60 miles per hour. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers tonight. That would be amazing if we can. Thank you. That's good. You're going to church? That's great, my friend. Broward County checking in. Hit that like button, chat. Thank you so much. Who else? 22. He's from the same place as me. Broward. Guys, I'm only 5 subscribers away from 2,970. So if you want to subscribe, no problem. Okay? I really thought meteorologists controlled weather. Listen, conspiracy theories. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? By the way, do you guys hear the sirens in the back? It's like, it's all the time. It's all of the time now. Okay. Here's a severe weather threat as we head into tomorrow. Okay. The higher end threat here for tomorrow, right? Which is a slight risk. It's a level 2 out of 5 risk. So once again, we're going to be dealing with this tomorrow, okay? We're going to be dealing with this crap tomorrow. So we're talking about portions of Illinois, of Indiana, and of Kentucky. Places like Indianapolis, Springfield, St. Louis, Evansville, Louisville. Again, tomorrow we're going to be dealing with severe weather once again, okay? And then for areas, once again, of the plains, Nebraska, South Dakota, kind of like the same areas that we were seeing yesterday that we're seeing right now and that we're going to see tomorrow. That's what we're going to be talking about. So we're talking about North Platte, we're talking about Scotts Bluff, Rapid City, Grand Island, McCook, O'Neill as well. Now, the tornado threat for tomorrow is going to be in this area right here. We're talking Illinois, we're talking Indiana, we're talking Kentucky, places like Indianapolis, St. Louis, Evansville, Louisville, Springfield, Champaign. So 2% risk, so lower end risk, but that means, what does that mean? Maybe we can see a tornado or two in this general area for tomorrow. So please make sure that you have a way to get alerts so that way you know when to go into your safe space, right? Now, we're also talking about hail that's going to be possible. Hail over 1 inch in diameter for this entire area here. But the higher risk is really going to be over here in Nebraska and South Dakota, even though we can't rule it out for this entire area here. Okay. Also, we're talking about winds over 60 miles per hour. And you're going to notice with most of these, with all of these for tomorrow, we have no significant highlighted area in black, which means the really, really intense, kind of what we're expecting for tonight. So that's not what we're expecting for tomorrow. Okay. But either way, we have to be on alert because you never know. And even as we head into Thursday, the severe weather threat is going to continue, but it's going to be much lower. And it's almost like a straight line over here from Denver into Lexington, into Indianapolis, Kansas City, my friend Omaha, my friend Carrie. You might have to be dealing with those storms once again, even on Thursday. Okay. Now, I really want to show you guys something because we have got a dangerous situation unfolding in portions of, and this is very rare. The Weather Prediction Center very rarely does this. So I really want to show you guys this because I am concerned, and we've already been seeing alerts in this area regardless. We are talking about a lot of rain that is going to be falling right. You see this little bullseye here? Let's zoom in there. You see this bullseye? We are talking about over the next 72 hours with the rain and the storms that's still to come, even after what we've already been seeing throughout the day today. From here until Friday afternoon, we are talking about 3-4 inches of additional rainfall that can fall in this area. And obviously we're starting to get into like mountainous areas over here, and that, increases the risk even more. Because of that, today we do have a very rare, as we head into the overnight as well, a level 3 out of 4 risk of flash flooding as we head into tonight. Okay, it is very rare for this area, or not even for this area in general. The Weather Prediction Center very rarely issues a moderate or a high risk of seeing flash flooding. But right here in this area in the red, that's what we have for tonight. So places, for example, right outside of Indianapolis, so this is going to include Columbus, Maysville, Cincinnati, Point Pleasant, Ashland, Charleston. I think I said Columbus already. We have that threat. So guys, please make sure once again that you have a way to get alerts. We're talking about something that could become a dangerous situation. Remember, if you see any flooded roadways, remember to, I know it's corny, but turn around, don't drown. Make sure that you are being extremely safe with this, not only with the severe weather, but also with the threat of flash flooding, which again is elevated. Very rarely do we see this, okay? Very rarely. And by the way, we're only 3 subscribers away from 2,970. So if you want to support the cause, please go ahead. All right, here is the radar right now. Let's see what is going on. Let's zoom in here. Look at all the alerts that we have over here in the southeast. The good news, no tornado warnings. We just have several severe thunderstorm warnings and also flash flood warnings that are also in effect, but no tornado warnings at this time. This has been the last few hours here. I think this is the last 3 hours, and I should put that up on the screen so that you can see. This is the last 3 hours here in portions of the southeast, okay? And then over here, this is the other area of severe weather that we're also starting to see that's just now starting to bubble up here in portions of the Dakotas. Over here, we're talking, excuse me, oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I ate ravioli right before going live, so forgive me, okay? But anyways, but yeah, lots of activity starting to bubble up over here. Maybe we can pull up some live cams too. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect and go over those really quickly. So we have got a new severe thunderstorm warning that has gone into effect here. And this went into effect at 7:41 p.m. Central Time. Excuse me, do you want to work or no? Okay, there you go. So brand new severe thunderstorm warning here, considerable tag on this one. We are talking about portions of North Dakota. We're talking about Morton County until 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We're talking golf ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and this is going to include St. Anthony and Fish Creek Dam. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning here, which looks like it's in the southwest. Let's see what's going on over here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, okay, that has been issued for portions of San Bernardino County in California. Because remember, guys, monsoon season is in full effect over here. So over here until 6:30 p.m. local time, Pacific time, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail too. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning, of course, all the way on the other side of the country here. And over here, we are talking about portions of Georgia. So this is Marion and also Chattahoochee counties in Georgia. Right over here until 9:15 p.m. Eastern time, we have got 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-sized hail. We're talking places like Buena Vista, Brantley, Tazewell, Doyle, and also Zellaby. Zellaby count, those are the cities that are under this severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-sized hail once again. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued here. And this was issued at 8:42 p.m. local time. Severe thunderstorm warning right here. And this is for portions of South Carolina for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here until 9:30 p.m. We're going to continue to be under that severe thunderstorm warning. And this is going to include Winsboro, Whitmire, Monticello, Jenkinsville, Blair, Blackstock, Blythewood, Blythewood, all of these areas under that warning due to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning here, which does have the, oh my God, look at this, guys. Let's see if we can find a live cam of this. I don't know that we will, but let's try. Over here, we are talking about a destructive, severe thunderstorm warning right now for portions of North Dakota. We are talking about 90-mile-per-hour winds. So we're talking about winds. This is hurricane strength winds. Hurricane strength winds here, 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail here. So we're talking about places like Newell, Union Center, Plainview, Enning, Fairpoint, Stoneville, Hereford, Red Owl, Mud Butte, White Owl, Marcus, Owl Butte, Curlew Lake, Viewfield, and Newell Lake as well under this severe thunderstorm warning, guys. Look at this. It has the destructive tag on it. We're talking about 2-inch hail. So, and listen, we're talking about 2-inch hail, humongous hail falling from the sky, and also 90-mile-per-hour winds, wind gusts with this particular severe thunderstorm warning. Let me go ahead and play that. Look at this storm as it's moving towards the south and east. 90-mile-per-hour winds here. Okay, and by the way, the SPC has updated the convective outlook for tonight. So we're going to go ahead and look at that as well. But wow, this is just really impressive. Let me see something. South Dakota live cameras. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Hopefully this is a streaming camera. It may or may not be, but if not, even if we get crazy pictures of what's going on, because now this is going towards the I-90. And it looks like it's going, not going towards, but near Rapid City here. Again, 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We are talking extremely severe over here. Let's see. Is there a camera over here? Dang, so there are some cameras up here. Okay, hold on. This is near here. Let's see. Snapshots are currently unavailable. This looks kind of creepy over here. I'm not going to lie. Let's see if we have any good camera views at all. Okay, so this is one camera view. Let's see. How can I make this big? Let's zoom out. Okay, so unfortunately, this is just a picture, but I guess a picture is better than nothing. Let me show you guys. So this is nearby. Man, what the heck happened? I'm sorry, hold on. I'm going to tell you guys again really quickly. 1 second, guys. I'm pulling up that camera from this 90-mile-per-hour alert that we have in effect right now, which is insane. Well, it looks like one of the cameras are out. Okay, let's see. Let's open up this one. Let me bring you guys over here. Let me see. Window capture. Let's change this to this. So that's near there. That's near where we have that 90-mile-per-hour wind gust severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now. Let me see. There should be another one. Okay, that's just looking at the street. We don't care about that. So that's kind of what it looks like. And look how quickly that flooded. Oh my God. It flooded super quickly over here. And that pretty much should be inside of that severe thunderstorm warning. Okay? So remember, 90-mile-per-hour winds. We're talking about hurricane force winds, you guys. That's what we're talking about over here with this severe thunderstorm warning that we have in effect. Let's see if we have another live cam here. Some of them are out. I wonder if you know. Now this just looks a little bit creepy, but we'll show it anyways. Let me see. So this is what it kind of looks like right now over there. That's also near there. Really, people, nobody lives over here. So, not nobody, some people, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Okay, let me see. We got to go back to the SPC. Let's stay with the South Dakota live cams. All right, let's talk about this because they just updated this right now. And this is for the rest of tonight. This is the rest of tonight. Let me look at the chat, you guys. Oh my goodness, there's a lot in the chat. Let's go from the... There's 4 chasers on that storm in Nebraska. 3-inch hail reported. That's insane. Thank you so much, K.XN715. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Mohammed. Let me see. It does seem like anything up to 100 is fine at my house. Fences don't fall. Fences don't fall at 100 miles per hour. Oh, that's a good fence. Carry. Yeah, after 80 miles per hour, it does get pretty rough. That's hurricane force winds. 1 class left on your master's. That's amazing. Okay, guys. I may go for my PhD next year. That's amazing. Great. Honestly, with flooding, people are dumb. My parents' road gets flood from the Missouri River every couple of years. There's always signs and people still try. I just laugh. Yeah, listen. Sometimes you can't help people, but that's why I try to, you know, remind people, listen, turn around, don't drown. It can be dangerous. You get what I'm saying? Have you chased the planes? Would you? No. I do not like storm chasing. That is not my thing. Guys, listen. We have 2,970 subscribers. We're only 30 subscribers away from 3,000. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get it. Okay, this is brand new from the Storm Prediction Center. So they have removed the enhanced risk, which in other words, the orange that was on this map before, they have removed the enhanced risk of seeing severe storms as we head into tonight, okay? So right now, we are talking about for the rest of tonight and into the overnight hours, these particular areas here that could see severe storms, right? So here in the yellow, okay, we are talking about a level 2 out of 5 risk of seeing severe storms. This is going to include Peoria, Chicago, Indianapolis, Louisville, and that's going to go until like 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, okay? So the higher risk is obviously in the yellow here. And then over here as well for the Dakota, so Bismarck into Pierre, into Rapid City, Sioux Falls, even Sioux City. Over here, we are talking about also a risk. So this is brand new information from the Storm Prediction Center. This just came out and this is for tonight, okay? So over here, we have that higher risk. Okay, what can we expect? That's the real question here. Okay, out of this entire area, the main area that could see some tornadoes as we head into the overnight hours is going to be over here in South Dakota. So we're talking about Rapid City. We're talking about Buffalo, Faith, Spearfish. So obviously the bigger city in this area being Rapid City. 2% risk of seeing an isolated tornado. So obviously it cannot be completely ruled out. All right. So again, please make sure that you have a way to get notifications overnight, alerts that can maybe wake you up. And that way, it's time to get into my safe place. But it's a good idea tonight to go ahead and already sleep in the safest room that you have, lowest level of your home, most interior room if possible. Okay, guys, now we're only 9 subscribers away from 2,980. Thank you so much. Now, we also have the hail risk here. So the hail risk is going to be for this general area. Again, brand new info from the Storm Prediction Center. From Chicago into Indianapolis and stretching into the Dakotas and Nebraska as well. But the biggest risk of seeing large hail, which is obviously what we're already seeing right now, is going to be right here, especially in this black shaded area. Here we're talking about hail over 2 inches in diameter, you guys. And once again, we are talking about very, very big hail here that's already falling. So we're talking about ping pong ball sized hail. We're talking about baseball sized hail. So humongous hail over here for this area already. And even 90-mile-per-hour winds like we saw with that severe thunderstorm warning. And then they've also the SPC just updated this for tonight as well. The wind risk. So winds over 60 miles per hour are going to be possible here for the entire area. But particularly not over here. That's not what I meant to say. Particularly over here, shaded in the black, okay? We have got that higher end risk here of seeing winds over 75 miles per hour, which we're already seeing now, once again, with the 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts with these storms. And over here, we are talking about places like Pierre, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, Sioux City as well, within that risk, okay? I have a cat. What kind of cat do you have? Who are you talking to? Me? I don't have cats. I'm allergic to cats. Oh, she's talking to Carrie. Okay. That's really cool, K-Dod. What's going on, Gray Guy? Bane. I'm gonna give you your last chance, but like if you once again put some weird stuff in the chat, you're getting blocked. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even playing around no more. If you put something weird in the chat, I'm going to give you one last chance because I know that you saw me joking around with you yesterday. If you put something else, you're going to get blocked, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to block you right now, sir. You be talking about some nasty stuff. What is wrong with you? You're over with, sir. You're over with. There you go. We just hit him. You see what I'm saying? Carrie, you weren't here last night. He was talking about, like, nasty stuff. I don't know what is wrong with him. Grifter, you are correct. I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to moderate my own chat, which I can. Not a problem. But listen, last night he was talking about like some nasty stuff. He was talking about bathroom related topics. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance, but some people, I don't know. Some people are completely freaked out. Last night we were having some more fun with him, but today, now you're talking about some nasty stuff. What is wrong with you? And ChatGPT exists. You can just ask ChatGPT. And by the way, guys, once again, this red cup does not contain alcohol. I'm just lazy. I literally have no cups in my apartment because I don't like washing dishes, so I buy cups that can be thrown away, okay? Carrie, yes, people are insane. Okay, let's go with the future radar. Let's do it. Let's talk about what the next few hours can look like. Now that we have the new updated SPC, let's first focus on the eastern third of the country, okay? Let's load up. Let's do the I guess, should we do the her? Let's do the her. The next, whatever, let's just do the next 48 hours. It's gonna load, and let's see what the her is talking about. All right. And they just issued another mesoscale. They just issued another mesoscale. So I'll show that to you guys right after this, okay? So let's see. Let's see what we got for tonight. What are we expecting? Okay, that's tonight. And look at this. It looks kind of like, look how this this line of storms just pop up. Who else? 22. Listen, I do have mods, but they're not here right now. But it's okay. I don't expect people. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy to expect people to be here 24/7. Like, that's kind of insane. But look, let's loop the next 48 hours. What could the radar look like in general for central and eastern portions of the country? This. So we're going to have several more rounds of storms moving through. Couldn't be me though. I'd be like blocked. Listen, I let him rock a little bit, you get me? But then after that, you gotta exit stage left. You get me? Okay, so let's fast forward. Right now it is 8 o'clock. Let's fast forward to, let's call it 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Central or midnight Eastern. Okay, so we're going to have storms moving into North Carolina, right? Some rain still lingering over here into Virginia. And we're going to have some storms starting to bubble up along this line here from, you're going to see this storm here, this storm here, this storm here, this storm here. Right around that time, so around midnight Eastern or 11 p.m., we're talking about storms from portions of Iowa into Indiana, Illinois, as well as Ohio starting to bubble up at that time, okay? Now, they're going to start to be a little bit more on the stronger side as we head into the overnight. See? So let's pause it right around 2 a.m. 2 a.m. over here in North Carolina, those storms start to lose a little bit of their gusto, right? 2 a.m. Central or 3 a.m. Eastern, they're going to lose a little bit of their gusto over here in North Carolina. But look, if we zoom in right into this area, we're talking about strong storms that develop over this area once again, stretching from Chicago into Fort Wayne, into portions of Ohio, and even into portions of West Virginia. So if I go ahead and I turn on, let's see, the convective outlook for tonight, it does include, portions of this area, okay? So that's right around that time. Okay, right around 2 a.m. Central, or this would be 3 a.m. Eastern. And don't worry, guys, I'm on the lookout for any tornado warnings, but so far, we don't have any tornado warnings. Now we're going to fast forward. Let's call it 3 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern. We have got storms that are still alive and well from Illinois into Indiana, into Ohio, and even down here into West Virginia and Virginia as well. Okay. So pretty strong storms overnight. Once again, that's the outlook for tonight. Moving forward. And then we're going to move into, let's call it 6 a.m. Central Time or 7 a.m. Eastern, okay? And this is what it's going to be looking like. So right around that time, Chicago, you should be okay. But we are going to have this cluster of storms that's still going to be over portions of Ohio, stretching even into extreme western portions of North Carolina, Virginia. We're also talking about portions of Kentucky and West Virginia as well. So this is going to be 6 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Eastern, okay? You're a better person than me, so yeah. That's great. My friend Jesse is saying he's going to the zoo. Okay? All right. Now, let's move forward into time. 9 a.m. Okay, let me back up because now we'd be into day 2, obviously. Again, we're focusing more so on this area. So this is going to be day 2. Let's bring this up here so that you guys kind of have an idea. That's the threat for tomorrow. So as the storms move over this yellow area, that's where the higher threat of severe, for those storms to be severe could be, right? Okay, so here we go. 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. Let's turn this off. Storms once again over Illinois. It's the same areas. So the storms are going to be training back to back to back over the same areas. Still in, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if down here where we have the moderate risk of seeing, or the level 3 out of 4 risk of seeing flash flooding today, if they extend that into tomorrow, I would not be surprised, okay? So this is 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. Once again with the storms across this entire area. Illinois into North Carolina, Kentucky, and also Tennessee. Now, and I'll turn this on, as the storms start to move into this area into the afternoon, they could obviously be severe here. So this is right around 11 a.m. Let's do 12 p.m. Let's say around lunchtime. This is like 1 p.m. here, okay? Storms from Illinois into Indiana. And the storms down here, Tennessee, Kentucky, and portions of, or most of Kentucky, I should say. North Carolina, you're going to start to slow down over here compared to what we're expecting over here. So lunchtime is when things are going to really get active over here in Illinois and Indiana with the storms moving through. And again, what I'm turning on in the background is the day 2 risk, aka the Wednesday risk of seeing some severe storms, okay? Oops, we did not mean to do that. So this, where were we? We were Wednesday. There you go, okay? Now we're going to move forward into time, and let's say 4 p.m. Central or 5 p.m. Eastern. Storms all over here, Indiana, Illinois, okay? Again, down here, we're much quieter in the southeast or towards the southeast or the Tennessee Valley. And then by 6:30 p.m. Central or 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have got these storms moving into Kentucky, okay, into the nighttime, and then they kind of fall apart by the time that we go into the overnight hours. So tomorrow night after midnight, right? So that's what we're kind of expecting, and that's for tomorrow. So that's for today and tomorrow for these areas, all right? So just to recap, it's basically several rounds of storms. So the first round is going to be what we're already seeing right now, moving towards the south and east, losing its gusto. The first round of storms lose their gusto by the time that we reach the overnight. But we have another line of storms that's going to form overnight. So this is like 2 a.m. Central Time. That again is going to move towards the south and east over this area. And then by tomorrow morning, we have a third round of storms that forms over this area once again. And once again moves towards the south and east. So much of the same areas dealing with the risk of continuing to see storms and storms and storms back to back to back to back. Okay? Guys, I'm only 10 subscribers away from 2,980. If you guys can help me out with that, that would be amazing. Okay? And I did lose 1 subscriber because I blocked that one guy. Let me see. Beyond Weather, John McKinney might redirect his viewers to you when he said, "Oh, that's so nice. Thank you." Do you have your channel set up to accept redirects? How do I know if that's possible? How do I do that? Here, what if I go to that would be amazing. By the way, thank you so much. How do I do this? How would I know? Let me see. I should be able to open YouTube Studio on here or no? I'm on OBS. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to. I still have to. I'm still new to the the YouTube game. You get me? Yes. I hope he does. Oh, that would be amazing. Thank you. That would be insane. I'm assuming I am. I mean, is that? Do I? Let me see. Let's see. Let me check. It's a YouTube setting. Thank you so much, by the way, K-Dod. Let me check. It's a YouTube setting. Let me see. How do I know if I'm accepting redirects on YouTube? Settings, community, live redirects. Okay, YouTube Studio. Let me go to YouTube Studio. Guys, please hold for the next available representative. I'll loop the future radar so that you guys are not bored. I guess what? I have to go to YouTube Studio. Okay. Let me see. It says go to settings. Okay. Okay, sorry. Let's go to, it said for me to go to community. Hold on. Community live redirects. I don't see it. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Should I all channels can redirect to my content. Yes, beyond weather. So it is on. So it says all channels can redirect to my content right now. So that would be awesome if you could help me out. There's no problem. There's no problem with me. You know what I'm saying? But that's amazing. Thank you so much, by the way, Beyond Weather, for put if that happens, you know what I'm saying? But even if it doesn't, thank you so much for mentioning it to him. That would be amazing. Okay. So this is the deal. This is the deal. This is the what we're expecting for tomorrow, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, it is. So Beyond Weather, if you yeah, okay, you heard me. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I didn't know if you heard me about when I said that. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. So here's the deal here. Basically, we're gonna have 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, right? Of storms, and then a fourth coming in, by the way, on Thursday. So it's gonna be extremely active, okay? Yeah, that would be awesome, Carrie. That would be amazing. Okay, cool. So let me come over here and let's see, because we have to talk about this area over here. So central portions of the country. So obviously, as we head into the overnight over here, let me back up. We are talking about several storms that are going to be moving towards the east overnight. So we're talking about midnight central time. Several storms that are going to be popping up here in portions of the Dakotas, okay, stretching into Nebraska as well, and then moving quickly towards the east into the overnight hours, right? With that threat of seeing large hail, with that threat of seeing very strong winds as well, okay? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Beyond Weather. And by the way, you guys, subscribe to Beyond Weather. He's a great storm chaser. All right, so overnight over here in this area, storms popping up for the Dakotas, for Nebraska as well, okay? And then quickly moving towards the east by the time that we reach tomorrow afternoon, okay? And then even as we head into tomorrow night, once again, we're going to have another round of storms for portions of the plains, of which, you know, they could be obviously severe as well, which is what we've been talking about. This is the day 2, okay, outlook behind this, okay? And then this is going to be moving quickly towards the east once again. So we're talking about several rounds of storms for this area. Now, for day 3, the severe threat is not going to be as high. This is going to be the severe threat for day 3, okay, which would be basically Thursday. As storms move over this area, only marginally severe storms. Alrighty. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on the radar. In a few minutes, we haven't had a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings, but either way, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the ones that we have in effect right now. So let's zoom into the first severe thunderstorm warning here. All right, so this is in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, so we're not going to talk about that. Where, you know, I don't think any cactuses or cacti, however you say it, are watching me right now. But here we go. We have this severe thunderstorm warning that was issued at 8:07 Central Time. This is for portions of North Dakota. We're talking about Grant, Morton, Sioux counties in North Dakota until 9 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Over here, we're talking about, first of all, the considerable tag is on this particular severe thunderstorm warning. And we're talking about tennis ball sized hail and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are going to be possible as well. We're talking about places, for example, like Flasher, Solon, Cannonball, Prairie Knights Resort, Brayan, and also Standing Rock that are under this particular severe thunderstorm warning at this time, okay? So once again, tennis ball size hail. We're talking about hail 2.5 inches in diameter right now with this activity that we have going on in this part of the country. All right, so let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning. By the way, let's go ahead and zoom in over here. And I'm going to bring this up very quickly. We are talking about portions of South Carolina here. This was issued right around 8:09 p.m. We are talking about the following counties: Newberry, Lexington, Saluda counties in South Carolina until 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. You have got this severe thunderstorm warning over you, and this is due to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, okay? And this is going to include places, for example, like Newberry, like Prosperity, like let me see, Little Mountain, Pond Maria, Silver Street, and Peak as well, okay? And then lastly, one of the newer ones that we have right now that recently were issued, which again, maybe not a ton of people live here, but we'll still shout them out anyways, just in case. Over here, we're talking about portions of Nebraska. We're talking Cherry and Sheridan counties in Nebraska. Until 8 p.m., we are talking about very, very dangerous situation here with baseball-sized hail and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We're talking about Gordon, Rushville, Clinton, Lone Butte, places like Rock Hill as well, and Mills Road. So destructive tag on this, we have the 60-mile-per-hour winds, which obviously can be destructive, but the main reason why the destructive tag is on this is due to baseball-sized hail with this particular severe thunderstorm warning, okay? John just went through that storm. It put some craters in people's cars. Wow, that's insane. I'm done with storms today. For Thursday, we're not really seeing at least not a severe threat. Mainly for Thursday, it's for areas of the central part of the country in terms of them being severe. So, yeah, and obviously, I'm assuming you're talking about Buffalo, New York. That's what I'm assuming, but I'm not 100% sure. Guys, I have to use the bathroom really quick. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Text annotations. Let me put something on the screen here. Where are you? Okay, let's go. BRB bathroom break. I should make it a little bit bigger here. Let's do it on here. Let's do text. Yeah, not severe for you, Dyland. BRB bathroom break. I shouldn't be telling people what I'm doing, but it's fine. Everybody, I'm human. Everybody has to go to the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Yeah, I'll be like elevator music. Da, na, 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 na. All right, hold on. We need this text to be over here then. Let's copy here. What the heck? Hold on. Copy. Guys, we have a problem. It looks like my mic is about to die. So give me 1 second because I have to make sure that this is actually connected. So give me 1 second. One more second. Great. We're back. We're back like we never left. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Did you guys hear that? Oh, that's Jeopardy. Listen, I don't know, okay? I just do any kind of music, you know what I'm saying? Okay. We have a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings over here. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is actually in Indiana, right outside of Indianapolis, which is right over here. Okay. Let's see. This is going to be for portions of Morgan, Hendricks, Owen, and Putnam counties in Indiana. We're talking about until 10 p.m. You guys have got this severe thunderstorm warning, and this is due to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also quarter-sized hail. And we're also talking about places, for example, like Greencastle, Cloverdale, Monrovia, Fillmore, Stylesville, Little Point, Eminence, and also Bell Union, okay? So we are talking about a severe thunderstorm warning over here in portions of Indiana. Once again, we are talking about Greencastle, Cloverdale, and also Monrovia. Now, we have another severe thunderstorm warning that was issued over here with these very strong storms going on. This was issued at 8:21 p.m. Central Time. So it's this smaller box / polygon right over here. And over here, we're talking about Grant, Sioux, and Adams counties in North Dakota until 8 p.m. Mountain Time. We are talking about rural areas here. So even the whatchamacallit, the National Weather Service office over here, again, I'm half asleep, is also saying that this is a very rural area. But over here, we're talking about ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. So yeah, you guys, very active over here. What time do I go to bed? I don't know, man. Whatever time. It's different every day. I'm not even going to lie to you. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and... Let me back up here. Okay. Why does this look humongous like this? I don't understand. Where did this go? Hold on, because I had my docs up here and then they went away. All right, whatever. Anywho, let me see. Let's start from the beginning, okay, guys? So let's go. We have got some severe thunderstorm watches that are still in effect right now. All right. So if you happen to be just now joining me, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in down here first. So over here in portions of Kentucky, we do have some severe thunderstorm watches. In this area, we are talking about places like Richmond, Columbia, Albany, Crab Orchard. There you go. Hazard, Jackson. And over here, this is going to be in effect until 9 p.m. Central Time or 10 p.m. Eastern. Over here, we're talking about hail that could be 1.5 inches in diameter. And also, we're talking about winds up to 80 miles per hour. Okay, guys? This is not a PDS watch, so that's the good news there. And when it does come to this watch, let me pull up... No, so that's not it. Let's see if they have any mention of any tornadoes. Okay, so a tornado or two is possible. Okay? Have a good night, my friend. Now, a little bit more towards the south and east, we have got another severe thunderstorm watch that is currently in effect. Okay? And with this severe thunderstorm watch, which includes portions of Virginia, Tennessee, and also North Carolina, we are talking about places, for example, like Knoxville, Johnson City, Wilkesboro, Mount Airy, Roanoke, Abingdon. Over here, we have this severe thunderstorm watch that is going to be in effect until 1 a.m. Central or 2 a.m. Eastern in this part of the country. Okay, so very active over here. as we head into the next couple of hours into the overnight. That's why I'm saying you guys have to have a way to get alerts on your phone so that way, if you have an alert that's issued for your area, let's say it's a tornado warning, you know, okay, I have to get up and go to my safe spot. But the best idea would be to go to sleep tonight in that safe spot already. So that way you don't even have to worry about that. But it's still a good idea to have a way to get alerts. That way you get up and you go to your safe place, okay? The safest possible place in your home. Here, with this particular severe thunderstorm watch, I should say, we're talking about damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour possible, and also a tornado or two will be possible within this area as we head into the overnight hours with this severe thunderstorm watch. Okay, so that's 2 of the severe thunderstorm watches that we currently have in effect at this time. Now, over here, we also have a couple of severe thunderstorm watches over here in the Dakota. So the one a bit more towards the north. So we're talking about Dickinson, Bismarck, Jamestown, down into Mobridge, Aberdeen. Over here until 1 a.m., we are talking about 70 mile per hour wind gusts, 2.5-inch hail as well. Okay, and let's see, I think they do also mention over here the threat of seeing some tornadoes. Okay, so no, they're not saying that with this particular severe thunderstorm watch, but either way, we're talking about humongous hail. That's the main issue here, okay? The southwestern area of West Virginia, where the storms will be tonight, is the biggest coal mining area of the state. It's Mingo, Logan, Wyoming, and McDowell counties, and flooding can get bad there, unfortunately. Yeah, so the Weather Prediction Center has issued a level 3 out of 4 risk of seeing some flash flooding. So that's something that's pretty rare. The Weather Prediction Center doesn't do that all the time. So yeah, we are talking about a potentially dangerous situation, okay? I gotta head out. Have a great night, everyone. That's what Carrie is saying. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for the super chat. You are amazing. Guys, I'm only 7 subscribers away from 2,980. So if you guys want to help me out subscribing, that would be great. Okay. By the way, you guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica Fernandez. I worked on TV news for 7 years. Now I made this YouTube channel now that I don't work on the news anymore, so that we can get into all things weather. And obviously, if you were ever wondering what a meteorologist was like outside of work, that's me. I'm your girl. I don't even work for the news anymore. So we have fun here. We talk about different topics. Okay, obviously today we're keeping it a little bit more serious because of the activity going on. But yes, please make sure that you do subscribe because we have fun here, you know. Like I said earlier today, I wrote somebody in the chat. It's fine. You know, we have fun. So make sure you subscribe, okay? I wonder if there's good night, Tider. And thank you once again, Beyond Weather. Make sure you guys subscribe to him too. He is a good storm chaser, amazing storm chaser. Okay, so that's one of the severe thunderstorm watches. And then over here in portions of South Dakota, we have got another severe thunderstorm watch that is currently in effect until 9 p.m. Central or 10 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about 3-inch hail, 70 mile per hour wind gusts over here. And with this one, let's see. With this one, we are, okay, so they're not saying anything about the tornadoes, so that's good. So the main threat over here, they're saying a scattered large hail likely with isolated very large events to 3 inches in diameter. So we're talking about humongous, dangerous hail falling from the sky with these particular severe thunderstorm watches, all right? Now, we do have a few mesoscale discussions that are up on the screen here. Let's see. I think most of them should have already been turned into... Okay, watch possible. Okay, most of these are already watches, but for the ones that aren't, let's see what the deal is. Okay, let's zoom into the one over here in Illinois that actually includes Chicago. Okay. If you live in this particular area, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a mesoscale discussion for this area. What does that mean? It's basically saying, hey, we're watching this area because of how things are starting to unfold over here, and this is what we're expecting. And actually, there's a chance that we might even issue a watch for this area, okay? So over here, we are talking about the possibility of seeing large hail 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches in diameter, winds between 55 to up to 70 miles per hour with any storms that pop up in this area as we head into tonight. And we're talking about the potential of maybe seeing some tornadoes with this as well for this area. So maybe, you know, a tornado or two could be possible, okay? And this is mostly going to be as we head into tonight, as we head into the overnight hours as well. Right here, they are going with a 60% chance of them issuing a watch. Okay, so they could be issuing a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of northern Illinois here as we head into tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. They just issued this mesoscale discussion 30 minutes ago. So let's see if this ends up becoming a watch. Okay. Now also, for portions over here, we have another mesoscale discussion over here in Nebraska, which again, just an area that the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting because of the way things are because of the sorry about that, this thing messed up, because of the evolution of things in this area in portions of Nebraska to include North Platte. They're going with a 40% chance that they end up issuing a watch in this area, and it's because in this area with the storms over here, we are talking about huge hail over here to up to 2.5 inches in diameter. And also winds between 55 and 70 miles per hour. So very strong winds over here, and also very large hail for this area as well. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so that's what we have right now for what, for what's going on right now. Now, by the way, no tornado warnings. That's the good news. We're not mad about that. We're not mad about that one bit. Okay. Most of the storm reports that we've been getting have been due to winds. So strong winds over here, trees down, tree damage, some flash flooding over here. Let's see. And then over here, huge hail. So 2-inch hail over here, 3-inch hail, over here near Nebraska and South Dakota, and also wind damage. Okay. Or very strong winds in this area, I should say. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has updated the threat as we head into tonight, and as we head into the overnight, okay? So over here, we are talking about severe storms that are going to be possible, but they no longer are going with the level 3, which is what they had for earlier today with all the activity that we had. Now they're going with a level 2 in the yellow here. So that's a level 2 out of 5 risk of seeing some severe storms, okay? And we're mostly, obviously this entire area could see severe storms, but the areas that could really see it as we head into tonight are going to be Illinois, Indiana, into Kentucky, and even over here into western portions of Virginia, North Carolina, and even northeastern portions of Tennessee as well. And then a bit more towards the north and west over here in the Dakotas, down into Iowa, Nebraska as well. We also have that chance. Now, what can we expect? The tornado risk is really not that huge. The main areas as we head into the overnight is going to be right in here in the green, okay? He's in Nebraska getting bonked by big hail right now. Okay, I got you. Thank you so much, Beyond Weather. By the way, Beyond Weather, I work tomorrow morning. I don't know how much longer I can be live. Like, I'm going to still be live for at least until the next 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. But after that, but it's okay. No worries. Either way, tell them thank you so much. And yeah, maybe we could even, I wouldn't even know. How do I do it? I would have to come over here. Guys, I'm so new to this. Let's see. John McKinney. Let me see. I'll look him up in a second. Thank you so much, by the way, Beyond Weather, for asking him about that. You're amazing. And tell him thank you so much also. But in terms of him rating me, I may not even be live by the time that he's done. But either way, I really appreciate it. But I'm going to try to be on as much as possible. Let's see what happens. But I'm trying to survive. Last night, I barely slept. And I have to wake up early tomorrow. Over here, it's already, what time is it? It's already almost 10 by me. So, but either way, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so really quickly, here's the tornado risk for tonight. It's mostly going to be over here in South Dakota to include Rapid City, for example. Now, let's talk about the hail threat. We're talking about hail over 1 inch in diameter for this entire area as we head into tonight, but especially over here where we're already seeing the warnings. We're talking about hail over 2 inches in diameter from the Dakotas down into Nebraska as well. Okay, that includes Dickinson, Hot Springs, Rapid City as well. And then here's the wind risk for tonight for winds over 60 miles per hour. And by the way, you guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm only 6 subscribers away from 2,980. So if you want to, help me out there, that would be amazing. But over here, not over here. That's incorrect. Over here, we have got the risk of seeing very strong winds as we head into tonight. We're talking about winds over 75, miles per hour with all this activity going on, okay? Let me see. Okay, I got you, Beyond Weather. Thank you so much. The storm that came through Illinois earlier today, what would be needed for it to be considered a derecho? I know that for it to be considered a derecho, it needs to be, there's certain criteria for it. Like it would have to go for a certain amount of miles. Let me see. Criteria. Let me see. I don't have these things memorized. Okay. So this is the technical term, the technical definition of what a derecho is. So a widespread long-lived thunderstorm complex must produce a continuous damage path over 250 miles long, feature widespread straight-line wind gusts of at least 58 miles per hour along most of its length, and include several concentrated gusts of 75 miles per hour or greater. So it's like a very technical term, okay? But yeah, I didn't have that memorized. But yes, it's possible, but that's something that they usually survey afterwards. I was outside to show Four Corners area in Northern Arizona. Thank you. I got you, Humpty. Right, Gold Hunter, right. Exactly. So let's see here. So this is the wind threat for tonight. We're talking about winds over 75 miles per hour that are going to be possible, especially over here in the black shaded area, to include Rapid City, Pierre, Sioux Falls, Sioux City too, okay? Now for tomorrow, this is the severe thunderstorm threat. So the good news is that we don't have a level 3 there. Okay, guys? By the way, I'm only 6 subscribers away from 2,980. If you guys want to help me out, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Now, the main areas that are going to be able to see severe storms for tomorrow is going to be Illinois, Indiana, portions of Kentucky as well. We're talking Indianapolis, Springfield, St. Louis as well, Elizabethtown. And then also over here, so we're talking about Nebraska, South Dakota over here as well, North Platte, Grand Island, all of these areas could see severe storms. Out of these areas, we are talking about a 2% tornado risk over here for tomorrow. There's going to be Illinois, Indiana. We're also talking about Kentucky as well. And then here's the hail threat, okay? The good news is that we're not talking about hail over 2 inches. We're talking about hail over 1 inch for this entire area, especially over here in Nebraska and South Dakota. But pretty much anyone in here could get it, basically. And when it comes to the winds, we're talking about winds over 60 miles per hour for this entire areas. Should I bring my cows in the barn tonight? I am in southern Nebraska. Wow, I've never gotten asked that before, but that's amazing. That's awesome, and thank you so much for joining my live. Let's see. Should I bring my? I'm gonna give you the answer in a second, okay? Because what I'm gonna show you right now, now that we spoke about that, and very quickly, let's also just show day 3. Even on Thursday, the severe weather threat is going to continue here from Colorado into Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and even over here into Kentucky. Now, for my friend with the cows, let me come over here and pull up the future radar, okay? And I wonder, I hope that this is true, what he's saying about the cows in the barn, because that would be awesome. If it's not, either way, if somebody happens to be watching me from this area, you're going to get some information right now. So let's go over here to Nebraska. You are in southern Nebraska. So let's zoom into southern Nebraska. Let's make this uncrooked. And okay, this is done loading. Let's go. So yeah, we're going to be seeing some storms tonight. So I think it's a good idea. It's not all of southern Nebraska that's going to get it, so it really depends on where you live. But you see here, this is what we're expecting. storms that are going to be moving. So this is 1 a.m. Central, moving towards the east. So I would say yes. I mean, I don't know what the criteria is to bring cows inside. But then definitely tomorrow night, you know, more storms are going to move through the area. So I would say yes. I have a question. If that's true about the cows, if it's going to rain, do you still bring them in? Or does it have to be like a bad storm? Excuse me, how does that work? Oh, I'm in the tornado risk for tomorrow. Hey man, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful out there, okay? Yes, bring the cows in the barn tonight. I used to be a farmer. Okay, so then do that. I just don't know what the criteria, I know what the criteria is for meteorology, but not for cows. That's different. That's definitely different. Okay, guys, let's take a look at your future radar. Let's take a look at what we could expect. By the way, I'm going to loop this just so you guys could see. And you're going to kind of see on this loop of what we can expect in the future, not what's happening now. We're going to have so many storms. It's just back to back to back rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? There goes 1, 2, 3, and then 4 back here. I'll do it in slow motion. So the one that's already going on right now, it's going to die out. But then we're going to have another storm, a set of storms that's going to die out overnight. But then another set of storms pops up right behind that one. Plus more activity that's already going on over here, back here. Moving towards the south and east, that dies down. But then tomorrow, another line of storms moves through. Okay? And then another batch right after that as we head into tomorrow night. Okay? So extremely active over here with all of the activity that we're seeing right now. All right? Bad storm on my end. We never brought them in during the rain. Lightning storms bring the cows in. Yes, I would agree with that. That's what I would assume. Okay? Guys, we're only 4 subscribers away now from 2,980. I think I would bring them in tonight because the hail is expected to be 3.5 inches. Right, exactly. Yes, Dan. It's going to be a dangerous situation, so I would bring them inside. If that's the criteria. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's show the big picture. Let's show the big picture so everybody feels included here. We don't have to zoom in. Here's the big picture. Okay, for the main areas for severe weather tonight. All right, right now it's 9 p.m. basically. Let's go to 12. This is midnight Central Time. So we'll have storms over North Carolina, but then another line of storms is going to set up right in here. And I'll go ahead and paint on the screen really quickly. Let's see. No, we don't need annotation. What we need is telestration. So we are going to have, if this wants to work tonight, start the paintbrush. Right along this area, storms are going to start to pop up and also back into here. Okay? That's what we're expecting overnight. So this is like midnight. This is what we're looking at midnight tonight, your future radar. Okay? Now let's move forward. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to 3 a.m. Let's call it. So we will have strong storms over here popping up overnight and then stretching from, once again, so another round that's going to be hitting this area, stretching from Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then moving into West Virginia, okay, overnight. 3 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Eastern. Clear would be space. Okay, I got you. And by the way, let's zoom in a little bit. Or no. Okay, zoom in. And then let me do something, finish the paintbrush, and let's do this. I think that's better. That way it's more zoomed in. Okay, next, let's come back here and let's do this. So let's move forward a little bit more. Let's call it 6:30 a.m. Central, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Still with the activity back here, probably not as strong by that time. And then definitely a swath of storms and rain still going on back into here at that time. So we're talking about Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, western portions of North Carolina, and also Virginia. And then back here with the storms from the Dakotas down into into Omaha, my friend Carrie lives over there that has been joining us on the lives. But there we go. Okay. Now we'll push forward a little bit more and take a look at this. So this would be 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. Let's do a little bit more. So here we go. 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Again, still with the line of storms over here, storms moving into Iowa over here, and still with the rain over here. Again, I would not be surprised if the Weather Prediction Center goes with a moderate risk of flash flooding for tomorrow as well. Okay, we're gonna have to zoom out so that way everybody can be seen. And then we push forward a little bit more. Let's do right around lunchtime tomorrow, and we will say, again, this area just getting hit back to back to back by storms of the severe variety. These are the areas that could be seeing storms, but really the most severe around that time is going to be over here, Illinois, Indiana. Now, let's go to 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, still with the activity over here, pretty much covering all of Indiana, all right? Things die down over here towards the southeast a little bit. And then we still have some activity back here, but it's not as bad. But as we head into 7 p.m. Central, we're going to be, again, dealing with strong storms back up into here. These storms down here are going to start moving into places, for example, like Kentucky, moving towards the south. And then if we pause right around 10:30 Central Time or 11:30 Eastern, we have got storms again all over the plains and then down into here, especially over Kentucky. Okay? So that's what we've got here with all of this activity that we're expecting. So that's tomorrow, and then even overnight once again. So after 12 a.m. on Thursday, storms again moving into the Great Lakes. Let me move forward into time. Moving into the Great Lakes. So let's say Thursday overnight, a big cluster of storms moving into Minnesota, moving into Iowa. Okay. We move a little bit more. Let's say by 8 a.m. Central Time, Iowa with not the best commute to work or to take the kids to school. Wisconsin, also with all of that activity, and southern Minnesota as well. All right. Let's see. Okay. And then by the time that we head into Thursday afternoon, Chicago gets it again, by the way. Chicago, Wisconsin, all of these areas. Okay. All right. So that's your future radar. That's what we're expecting over the next couple of days with all of this activity. Now, another issue, which is what we kind of hinted on already, is something very rare that the Weather Prediction Center has done. They have issued a moderate risk. And by the way, guys, I'm only 3 subscribers away from 2,980. If you guys want to help me out with that, that would be amazing. But listen, the Weather Prediction Center has done something very rare. They have issued a level 3 out of 4 risk of seeing flash flooding as we head into tonight. I would not be surprised if they update that for tomorrow as well, with all of the activity that's still going to be moving towards that area. And that's because specifically right over here, over the next 72 hours, let's call it, for the most part, we are talking about 3 to 4 inches of rain that could accumulate over this area with the storms going through. So the first issue is obviously severe storms. But in addition to that, something that could be extremely dangerous too is the risk of seeing some flash flooding, right? So with that being said, we have to be extremely careful with this, particularly in this area. And what we're seeing over here is this. This is the threat for tonight, which, by the way, they just updated, okay? So flash flooding is going to be possible across this entire area from the Dakotas down into the southeast, but particularly with the rain and the storms that we're going to continue to see over here from Indiana into Kentucky, into West Virginia, we are talking about a moderate risk of seeing some flash flooding. So very heavy rain over here, okay? And we're talking about places, for example, like Indianapolis, like Lexington, like Pikeville, and right outside of Cincinnati with that level 3 out of 4 risk. Okay, again, that's rare. The Weather Prediction Center does not tend to do that all the time. Okay, it's very rare. All right. So for this area, guys, please make sure that you're exercising extreme caution. Remember, turn around, don't drown. I know that it's such a cliche term, but it's true. You never know how deep the water is, guys, and just please make sure you have a way of getting alerts, okay? This is your day 2, which is tomorrow. Flash flooding is going to continue over this area, okay? Now let's take a look at all the activity that we have right now. A lot of the activity concentrating down here into the, let's say, the southeastern quadrant of the country. But a lot of the severe thunderstorm warnings that we were seeing are starting to disappear for this area. Okay, so as we're heading into the overnight hours, you see how we don't see any more red boxes? Now we just see yellow boxes. Yeah, these storms are starting to lose a little bit of their gusto over here in portions of the southeast. It's still raining and storming over portions of Kentucky, down here into western North Carolina, extreme eastern Tennessee, and even down here into the Carolinas and also Georgia. However, the majority of the more dangerous activity that we're seeing right now is right over here in portions of the Dakotas. Over here, we're talking about severe thunderstorm warnings with 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Okay, we're talking about hurricane force winds. Okay, and in addition to that, we are talking about humongous hail. We're talking about hail over 2 inches up to 3 inches in diameter in some cases with some of the severe thunderstorm warnings that we've been seeing in this area so far. Okay, guys, so very active. And again, guys, I'm only 3 subscribers away from 2,980. If you would like to help me out, it will be much appreciated. Okay, now let's see if I can get, because let me see. I would have to figure out like the right way to do this. No, okay, well, I would have to figure that out later. Anyways, here's all the activity that we have right now. Let me tell you about the severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued over here. And let's do something. Let's organize it by type and then by issued. Okay, cool. So let's go over some of the severe thunderstorm warnings right now. You're going to notice, I'm going to pause right here, and then we're going to zoom in. They're pretty much all concentrated in this area for the most part here. Okay, most of this area, it's cows that live here. Okay, some people live there too. Okay, as we saw earlier with my friend that was watching me there, but it's not a very populated area. But either way, because we do have our friend in Nebraska watching us, we're gonna shout out these people. Okay, even though I'm a small creator, and but it's fine. It's fine. I doubt that anybody is watching me from these areas, but I was wrong. I doubted it, and I was wrong. My friend from Nebraska was watching me with the cows. So we got to talk about it. All right. So let's take a look at some of these severe thunderstorm warnings here. We've got over here, look, 2.5-inch hail, 1.5-inch hail a little bit further towards the north, 60-mile-per-hour winds over here with one of the severe thunderstorm warnings, and with both of these. Okay, so right over here we are talking about, this would be this is what, South Dakota or North Dakota? Okay, no, this is North Dakota with Bismarck. Now a bit more towards the east, we have 2 more severe thunderstorm warnings there. Destructive tags on both of these. We're talking about hail almost 2 inches in diameter, 2.75 inches in diameter over here, with the destructive tag on both of these. Okay, I gotta lean back, you guys, because it's 10 o'clock over here. I'm tired already, but we're here. We're continuing with the coverage. Okay, destructive tag on both. 60-mile-per-hour winds for places, for example, like Solon, Cannonball. That's an interesting city name. Okay, Selfridge, and also Fort Yates. All right, with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts over there. That's North Dakota. Now over here into portions of South Dakota, we have 70-mile-per-hour winds over here. Excuse me, 1.75 inch. So 1.75 inches when it comes to the size of the hail over here. Considerable tag on this particular severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to include the I-90, and it also includes places like Wasta and also Wall. Again, another interesting city name. Wall, imagine that. Next, we're going to see a city named Chair. No, I'm just kidding. Or Column. Okay, that's true beyond weather. I mean, I guess so. Guys, and once again, please make sure that you do subscribe. We're so close to the goal. Let's see. Have we made it there yet? One subscriber away from 2,980. Thank you guys so much. Okay, we have another severe thunderstorm warning over here. Okay, this one has the destructive tag on it, and this is for portions of Nebraska over here. Okay, so this is Nebraska. It's for northwestern portions of Nebraska here. Destructive tag 60 miles per hour. But the reason why it has the destructive tag on it is due to hail almost 3 inches in diameter here. We're talking about 2 inches and 3/4. Okay, for this area, and then a bit. Okay, so that just fell off the screen. So that just expired. But a bit more towards the south and east, another severe thunderstorm warning was issued here for 2-inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds, again for portions of Nebraska here until 9:45 p.m. To the south of Gordon and also Rushville, and to the north of Hyannis. Hopefully I said that correctly. Okay. So guys, things are starting to slow down, especially over here in the southeast. No more severe thunderstorm warnings really in effect right now for the majority of the area. And it's really over here where it's pretty active right now. And for this area, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect. Not a super populated area, but nonetheless very active. Let's see. Do we have any new severe thunderstorm watches in effect? Did they issue any? No. Let's see. Do we have the meso? Let's look at the mesoscale discussions in case if you happen to be watching me from here. Let me come up here. Let's refresh the SPC website so we can give you guys some of that beautiful information. Guys, I'm only 1 subscriber away. Help me out. It's just 1. It's not a problem. Get what I'm saying? What time is it? It's already 10, you guys. My goodness. Listen. I'm going to take a look at this really quickly. Why are you not loading? It's like sometimes the SPC site works and then other times it doesn't. Okay. So they have not issued a severe thunderstorm watch yet for this area, so we're going to zoom in there. This is a mesoscale discussion right over here that includes Chicago. Basically, what's a mesoscale discussion? Okay, the Storm Prediction Center is basically highlighting this area because they're seeing some patterns that could lead to some severe weather for this area, and they're saying that there's a 60% chance that they end up issuing a watch for this particular area. We're talking about hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter, winds between 55 to 70 miles per hour, and a tornado can't be completely ruled out for this area. So this is going to include, let's zoom in a little bit more here so that we can kind of see all the areas that it includes. So we're talking about portions of Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, and also we're talking about portions of Indiana. So if you live here, for example, in Dubuque, in Davenport, Dixon, Rockford, Chicago, Park Forest, Kankakee, and down here into Hoopeston, we are talking about the following. The Storm Prediction Center is basically saying that in this area, once again, we're talking about strong winds, large hail, and also some tornadoes that could be, seen in this area. There's a 60% chance that they end up issuing some sort of a severe watch, whether it's a tornado or severe thunderstorm watch, but I think it's more than likely going to be a severe thunderstorm watch for this area that ends up being issued. Okay? So that's what we're seeing. The other mesoscale discussions have been turned into severe thunderstorm watches, which is what we already saw. So I'll take you guys to those to see the updated severe thunderstorm watches really quickly. So most of the southeast is out of it now. We already saw that with the activity, but still until 2 a.m. Eastern, we have got this severe thunderstorm watch in portions of Tennessee to include Knoxville, Morristown, Gatlinburg, and also Loudoun, La Follette, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Over here, you have got a severe thunderstorm watch that continues to be in effect at least until the overnight hours here. And this is due to the potential of seeing 70 mile per hour winds and 1-inch hail. Okay. Now, in addition to that, for areas a bit more towards the west here we have 2 severe thunderstorm watches that are still in effect right now. This is going to include South Dakota and North Dakota. We're talking places like Bismarck, Dickinson, Mobridge, Aberdeen, and also Jamestown. Over here, we're talking 2.5-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then a bit more towards the south over here in South Dakota, we're talking 3-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts over here. Okay. So guys, that's what we're seeing in terms of all of the watches, okay? Guys, thank you for getting me to 2,980. I'm only 20 subscribers away from 3,000 now, which is amazing. Amazing. How long have we been live for? 2 hours, you guys. 2 hours. John is wrapping up. I know I was actually about to log off, my friend, because I am so tired and I need to sleep, but maybe I can stay on for a little bit longer. Let's see. I saw a possible hurricane on the GFS, but it's the only model showing it. Yeah, I had been looking at the models all day today. I just haven't, obviously, because I've been live, I haven't seen it recently. Let me see. I mean, I'm not, I'll look at it and see. Let's see, GFS. It kind of fell off as of the last model. The ensembles, let's see the ensembles. All right, well, we'll talk about that at a later date, because right now, severe storms are the name of the game, okay? Anyways, you guys, so there we go with the severe watches and also this. What are some of the storm reports that we've been seeing? Okay, so a lot of it is wind damage, trees down, several trees down over here, down into the southeast. Over here, winds, very strong wind gusts over here as well, and also some hail. Let's see, SPC, let's go. Okay, let's go with the threat that we're expecting for tonight, and then we can actually go into the future radar, and then we can go from there. Okay. Let me see. Guys, give me a second. I'm sorry. Oh, my head hurts already. I need to take a sip of water. I need to like move around. You know when you've been like sitting for too long? It's like, ugh. I'm trying over here, you guys. Oh yeah, at least put on a little bit of lipstick so that I don't look insane. Okay. I'm going to try to go until 10:30, okay? Let's try. Let's try. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything new over here with the SBC? Oh, products. No, thunderstorm outlook. We already went over that. Okay. So here's the threat as we head into tonight. If you are new here, and you haven't been with me the last couple of hours, basically we are talking about this threat overnight and into tonight. Okay. We're talking about the Dakotas into Iowa, into the Great Lakes, and down here even into the Southeast. But now the Storm Prediction Center is basically going with you know, a slight risk instead of an enhanced risk. So we're talking about a level, a level of 3 out of 5 risk of continuing to see well, no, it was a level 3 out of 5 for earlier today. Now it's a level 2 out of 5 risk of seeing some severe storms, okay? And the bigger threat is going to be over here from the Dakotas into Nebraska, into Iowa as well. And then down here from Illinois into places, for example, like Indiana, Kentucky, and then down here into Virginia and also North Carolina. But things are really starting to die down over here, as we saw, which I will show you guys once again. Things are starting to, die down over here into the southeast, okay? It's kind of like watching the Weather Channel, but way better. Thank you so much. And I get to interact with you guys too, so that's the good news. So things are starting to die down for the southeast, but they're just starting to ramp up for areas in central portions of the country, okay? But anywho, let's see here. So this is the general threat overnight. The tornado threat for tomorrow, for tomorrow. The tornado threat for tonight, I should say, basically concentrates right over here, okay? Now, the threat isn't huge. It's a 2% risk, but either way, we do need to have a way to get alerts on our phones, okay? So places, for example, like Rapid City, like Spearfish as well, like Faith, like Wambly, we're talking about a 2% risk of seeing some isolated tornadoes for this area as we head into tonight. But the bigger threat really with the storms that we're going to be expecting as we head into tonight and into the overnight is going to be hail, particularly right over here. We're talking about the Dakotas into Nebraska. And right over here in the black shaded area, we are talking about very large hail over 2 inches in diameter. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings right now that, are already, we're talking about ping pong ball sized hail. We're talking about baseball sized hail. We're talking about huge hail that could be falling as we head into tonight. Okay. Now, we also have a strong wind risk, obviously. We just saw not that long ago a severe thunderstorm warning. And again, sorry for the weird noises in the background. I live on a very, very busy intersection, so you're going to hear cars, all types of stuff. But as we head into tonight, we're talking about strong winds that could exceed 60 miles per hour, but especially, not there, I have to update that. Especially over here, we are talking about winds over 75 miles per hour, which is what we're already seeing, right? So this is going to include Rapid City, Pierre, Sioux Falls, Sioux City as well into tonight, okay? So it is going to be very active for the next, as we head into tonight and even into the overnight for some areas. Now, here's the day 2 risk, okay? We're talking about tomorrow, basically. So for Wednesday, the severe weather threat is going to continue for this entire area, but the SPC is going with a slight risk, right? So it's a level 2 risk out of 5, especially over here in Indiana, Illinois. Once again, you're going to be getting hit by the storms, and then into Kentucky as well. And then over here into Nebraska, South Dakota as well, portions of Colorado. You're also talking about that severe weather risk that's going to continue. Now, the tornado risk for tomorrow sets up right in here. 2% risk from Springfield into St. Louis, into Charleston, into Champaign, Salem, Indianapolis, Bloomington, Louisville, Evansville as well. And then here's the hail threat. So we're talking about hail over 1 inch in diameter for this area. The good news is nothing significant over here. It's not going to be anything too crazy. But the higher risk of seeing large hail is again going to set up over here in the plains to include portions of Nebraska stretching into, this would be South Dakota. Guys, I'm only 18 subscribers away from 3,000. If we could make that happen, that would be amazing. Now, winds are going to be strong over here, over 60 miles per hour for tomorrow. But again, nothing significant. We're not looking at when you see that black shaded box, that's over 75 miles per hour. No, we're talking about winds over 60 miles per hour for this area. And then even for day 3, we're talking about that severe storm risk that is going to continue. There are 3 areas of concern in the Atlantic. Yep, that's true. But I'm not going to talk about that today. If things look like they could be a little bit more dangerous, we could talk about that tomorrow, because I got to do, one thing at a time. You get what I'm saying? If we start to switch up the topic right now, it's not good. You know what I mean? But I got you. Soon we'll talk about it, especially if we see a higher risk with any of these, okay? Thank you so much, Rocket Tufo. Yeehaw. Thanks for your work and sense of humor. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for the super chats. You guys are amazing. I was not expecting to get so many super chats today. You guys are awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Somebody had to draw that outlook. Yes, this is true. All of these, the one from yesterday was looking kind of completely freaked out. Okay. Flash flood threat that continues over here. By the way, we haven't had a severe thunderstorm warning in 10 minutes. And earlier it was crazy. But anyways, Rocket Twofold, thank you so much. Thank you for being here in the chats and saying yeehaw in the chat. That really gives me motivation. You get what I'm saying? See, Rocket Twofold is amazing, man. Guys, I'm only 17 subscribers away now from 3,000. Oh my goodness. Beagle Man, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm half asleep, but we're here. We're doing the thing. Let's zoom in over here. We are talking about 3 to 4 inches of rain that could accumulate over the next 72 hours, okay? This includes Indianapolis, Charleston, Covington as well. And so because of that, the Weather Prediction Center has issued a level 3 risk of seeing flash flooding for tonight, okay? So we're still in that risk over here from Indiana into Kentucky, into West Virginia as well. This includes areas right outside of Indianapolis, or probably including the Indianapolis metro, right? Into portions of Lexington, Berea, Pikeville, and Maysville. So yeah, we're talking about something very dangerous. This is very rare. The Weather Protection Center does not do this very often, to be honest with you. They do not issue these moderate risks, aka level 3 out of 4 risk, very often. Okay. Now, let's see what we have going on, guys. Let's see some of the warnings that we have on the map right now, and then we'll go over the information again. We may or may not. Let's see. Stick around and find out. But okay, a lot of the activity that we had been seeing today was in the southeast. But you see how we had all these red boxes earlier that have kind of just disappeared right now because this is looping the last 3 hours. Oh my God, thank you so much for the super chat. Guys, I was not expecting this tonight. Thank you so much. What? One more time for a beautiful mesoscale convection system, convective system. Thank you so much, the Radical Squadron. You did not have to do that. But oh, I have to like Rocket Tufo also. Thank you so much. Seriously, you guys are awesome. I was not expecting that tonight, really. Thank you so much. I think I got 4 super chats today. What the heck? That's insane. All right. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you, the Radical Squadron. You're amazing, too. And thank you guys for being here and hearing me repeat the same information a gazillion times. Can you fix the storms this year? I can try. But, yeah. Guys, let's see. I'm only 17 subscribers away from 3,000, guys. I'm only 17 subscribers if you guys want to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, that would be super helpful. Okay, so the southeast has pretty much died down with the activity that we've been seeing, but things are starting to ramp up over here. Of course, this is where the cows live, but those cows have farmers, as we saw in this chat, okay? Again, thank you so much, the Radical Squadron. I really appreciate it, you guys, seriously. Thank you. Let's see some of the warnings that we have on the map. Let's go. Let's go from the oldest to the newest, okay? We might as well just zoom into them. Well, this one happens to be not in our area of concern here. Guys, and by the way, if things start to really get active in the Atlantic, that's my specialty. Severe weather is cool. Obviously, I talk about that too. I worked on a national TV station. I'm not going to say it on the stream. If you want to look it up, you can. But it's like the one that you think about when you think about a national channel that talks about this topic. It's that one. So I covered a lot of these severe weather events, even though mostly where I've lived has not been severe, we haven't had a ton of severe storms, but so I've covered a ton of these, but my favorite topic is tropical weather. Okay. Um, tropical waves, tropical cyclones, tropical anything. Okay. That's my thing. That's the reason why I got into meteorology. I grew up in South Florida. I went through the 2004, 2005 hurricane seasons. And yeah, that's kind of what, led me to this path. So if things start to get active, guys, only 16 subscribers away from 3,000. Thank you. If things start to get active, that's really where, we're gonna be really, 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 really going live. A lot type thing. Okay. We have a severe thunderstorm warning over here, but this is in, I'm gonna tell you now, Arizona. So, I mean, shout out to Arizona, even though we're not really talking about Arizona much, but hey, we're here. We might as well talk about it. Severe thunderstorm warning over here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, and this is for Cochise County. All right. This is going to include places like Pierce, Sunsites, and Sunnazona. Interesting name. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning here. Now, this is in portions of the Dakotas. So let's bring that up on the screen. This is for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, ping pong ball sized hail. Considerable tag is on this one. Here we're talking about portions of South Dakota. We're talking about Hacken, Meade, and Pennington counties in that state. Okay, and this is going to include Wasta, Elm Springs, Creighton, and also Grindstone. We're talking about portions of the I-90 between mile markers 94 and 112. Once again, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and huge hail, 1.5 inches in diameter, or ping pong ball sized hail. Humongous, okay? So that's what we have going on over here with this particular severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning, which was issued right around 8:46 p.m. So it's this one right here. 8:46 p.m. Let's show the full text for that one. This is for portions of North Dakota here. This is going to include Emmons and Sioux counties, and until 9:45 p.m. Central or 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time, we are going to continue to be under this severe thunderstorm warning, and this has the destructive tag. No, just kidding. So then it's not this one. It's probably this one. Was it that one? So how come it's not saying? So it doesn't have the destructive tag on it. Okay. But anywho, we're talking about baseball. No, this cannot be. Okay, yes, it is this one. Baseball size hail and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are going to be possible with this particular severe thunderstorm warning as well. Guys, there's so many severe thunderstorm warnings up that it's like hard to keep up with. Here goes the next severe thunderstorm warning here. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up on the screen here. This is for portions of Nebraska. We're talking about Cherry and Sheridan counties, golf ball sized hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to include places, for example, like Big Hill. And again, this is going to be in the state of Nebraska. So this is for Big Hill and Morgan Lake. Okay, huge hail that's coming down with this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go to the next severe thunderstorm warning, which of course is not exactly here. Jessica's very good at covering hurricanes. Her experience from broadcast release shows. Don't forget to subscribe for Tropical. Thank you so much, Beyond Weather. You're awesome. Thank you for supporting me always, even though I come back, go away, come back, go away. But listen, we're back now. For real. I've already been doing this for, more than a week, so that tells you that I'm really back. I'm now only expecting light rain. Where are you again? St. Nguyen? St. Nguyen? And also Nickel Pony. Wow, that looks nasty. It does. It does look nasty. Okay. This was issued at 8:54 Central, but this is for portions of California, so this Pacific time. So this severe thunderstorm warning is due to 60-mile-per-hour winds and also small hail in San Bernardino County. It includes portions of the I-40. Of course, it's not our main area of concern, but there you go. If you happen to be watching me from the west side. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Just forget that I ever said that. Anyways, this one was issued at 8:55. Oops, that's not what we wanted to click on. Okay. So the one really before that had the destructive tag is the one down here. Okay. Now the one right above it expires At 8:45 p.m. local time there, which is mountain time, this is for portions of Grant, Sioux, and Adams counties in North Dakota until 8:45. We are talking about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and tennis ball sized hail, okay? This includes a place, for example, like Standing Rock. And let's take a look at the next severe thunderstorm warning here, which probably is this one, issued at 8:20 here. No, what the heck? Hold on. Is it this one? How come it zooms me into something, but then it's not that? It doesn't come up on the screen. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not showing it. All right, it's not showing it, you guys, but I'll still read it. This is for Corson County in South Dakota until 8:45. We're talking tennis ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. This includes Keldron and Morristown. And then lastly, let's go to the last severe thunderstorm warning that recently came out. This is right to the south of the I-94. Right? Yeah. Over here, we're talking about portions of North Dakota, Grant and Morton counties. We're talking golf ball sized hail and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We're talking places like Carson and Hart Butte Dam as well. Okay, considerable tag on this one. Okay, that's true. The hurricane season is starting to wake up. Yep. Okay. Guys, my energy is starting to fault a little bit. I may or may not need to go to sleep. I do work tomorrow, like we mentioned before. Listen, in case if we go live tomorrow, guys, I'm only 14 subscribers away from 3,000. If we could make that happen tonight, I will be so happy. We're only 14 away. I have an ugly yawn, you guys. I have such an ugly yawn. I don't even want to show this to you guys. That's how bad it is. Guys, please subscribe. I'm only 14 subscribers away from 3,000. And guys, thank you so much for the super chats. I cannot believe this. You know what? Let's do something. Let's do something really quick, okay? I don't want to change the topic on you guys, but now that they were mentioning tropical weather here, let's see something. Let's see what the heck is going on over here with weather nerds. Let's go to the ensembles. Let's see something about the tropical situation going on. Okay, hold up. Hold the phone. Give me a second here. I'm going to bring you guys over here with me because y'all already know. Okay, fine. This is fine. Okay. We don't care about this Granger thing. Let's just get that out the way. Okay, so we're here. As you guys may or may not know, we do have a chance of seeing something develop in the tropics, okay, according to the National Hurricane Center. And I'm going to show it to you guys because, you know, I can't really help myself. You get me? I can't really help myself with the hurricane situations. So I'm going to show you guys that over here. Ignore the title, but I'm going to show you guys the areas that we're watching really quickly. Because this is really my favorite topic. No offense to severe weather, but we've already been covering it for a couple of hours now. Not a problem, but you know. Let's see. So we have got an invest over here. And I'm going to turn on the goes so that we can see. There we go. I'm going to bring you guys back over here really quick. I know we're changing the topic a little bit. But guys, so we have an invest over here off the coast of Africa, no less. This is Africa. But we're watching it for development. Okay? Sorry guys, this is my favorite topic. We had to just touch on that really quickly. So this is Invest 92L, okay? It's moving towards the west at 18 miles per hour. We're talking about, you know, the potential of this becoming a tropical storm or even you know, tropical depression, tropical storm. That's what we're talking about over here. Now, when it comes to the chance of, and let's clear this off the screen really quickly. Well, no, we should keep up the goes. Sorry about that, my friends. Now, actually, you know what? Forget it. We'll keep that. We'll keep the this here. Let's talk about. So this is kind of the track it's been taking. It's just moving towards the west. Okay. Let me show you guys the formation outlooks. Okay. Ignore this yellow thing over here. I wish I could take it off, but I can't. It's this red situation here. This is the area of potential development. You see that? The red. Okay. So as this continues to move towards the west, we're going to have to watch this. All right. Now, if we look at deterministic models at this point in the game, it's not really going to tell us that much. But we can take a look at some ensembles, which is basically going to give us, I'm sorry for changing the topic on you guys, but you know, tropical weather is my thing. And of course, the National Hurricane Center is watching this very closely. Guys, we're only 13 subscribers away from 3,000, y'all. We might have to do a tropical weather or AKA hurricane type of live tomorrow to talk about, you know, what the deal is over here. Okay. Let me update the plot. Let me see something really quick. Okay. So we have, okay. Let me show you some stuff. Let me show you some stuff really quickly. With Invest 92L. I'll show it to you guys, okay? Let's see. If we bring up, will it work if we bring up the spaghetti? And I'm not talking about food. Okay. What the heck? Why is that moving like that? It looks so weird. Anywho, these are the spaghetti models. What the heck is, okay, we're going to have to zoom in a little bit so that we don't see that. Why do we still see that? We don't pay attention to these lines over here, because these lines have to do with something that's completely just nowhere near our current system. Anywho, these are some of the models and what they're going with, okay? So we're going to have to watch this a little closely, because if this ends up moving into the Caribbean, which if it does, it's going to run into a harsh environment. But if it manages to stay enough towards the north, like for example, look at this line, look at this line, we may need to watch this a little bit closer, okay? To see if it ends up affecting us here in the United States. Now, if we come over here, I'm going to show you. And the problem is that obviously it's way too far in advance for Invest 92L. It's too far in advance. But we can start to look at some models and see what they're going with. Let me show you guys. And I'm sorry for changing the topic, guys, but we also have to talk about this. It's also important. Okay. So let's look down here really quick. This is the GFS, by the way. So I'm going to show you a couple of deterministic, but deterministic basically means there's like one outcome. Okay. So it's too late and it's too early in the game to even look at this, but we'll look at it anyways. This has it developing, but then kind of falling apart into an open wave by the time that we reach this weekend, for example. Right? But you can't, I mean, this is not really, okay, look, this is the euro. I'm going to show you the euro. Of course, this is the 18Z. But look, the euro is going with, well, okay, it's going with the wave behind it. So it's saying this first wave is going to fall apart once it reaches the Caribbean. Let me pull up so you guys can see. Let me go back down. Guys, sorry, I wasn't looking. It goes 19. What's the invest nomenclature? Invest means that the National Hurricane Center is investigating this area, basically. That's pretty much what it is, okay? It looks like an infection. Wow. Interesting. Okay, then so the euro is going with the wave behind it actually turning into something a little bit more. Okay, we'll take it. Honestly, this is just so that you guys have an idea, but this is not exactly what's going to happen. Look, so not that the Canadian is the best, but whatever, we'll look at it anyways. The Canadian has it running into the Caribbean this weekend, pretty much, into the Lesser Antilles here as a weaker end storm. If we change this up and we zoom in, let's go to the Western Caribbean here, the Western Atlantic, sorry. And then it kind of has it falling apart over Hispaniola, over Puerto Rico. Okay, not that this matters, because again, it's too far in advance for possible impact in the United States. So the icon is going with this. Okay, boom. Now I'm going to bring you guys back over here. I'm going to have to just throw this away, bro. This is like insane. I'm going to bring you guys back over here with the spaghetti. Let's turn the spaghetti off because the spaghetti is pissing me off the way that it's not doing the right thing. Now I'm going to bring up over here weather nerds. Let's look at the euro. I mean, I think it's still loading, but whatever. Yeah, so the euro has not completely. The best thing to look at right now would be ensemble models, to be honest, because it's going to give us different outcomes, okay? So this is the euro ensemble models. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm only 11 subscribers away from 3,000. And guys, I'm so happy it's hurricane season. This is the topic I like to talk about. Not that I want it to be hurricane season, but you guys get what I mean. Now, this is the very latest because this is still running. So you're going to notice here that not all the hours are available. So we can't go that far out into time. But some of the members are placing something obviously over the Caribbean. But look at this member, 988 millibars. That could be a stronger storm. Jess, you are great. Love the energy. Thank you so much. Even though right now I have none. But you know what I'm saying? Now, if we look at the previous model, update the plot. Let's go out 360. Oh my goodness. Why did I click on the map like that? This is annoying. Anyways, let's go to the 12Z. We'll update that, and then we'll go all the way out to 360 hours. Okay. So this is showing some stuff brings it over here. Some lines are up in here with the waves that are coming off of Africa. All right. Okay, that's the euro. Let's go to the GFS situation. Okay. So we just have to watch this very closely here. What I wanted to see, because I just remembered something. Sorry about that. Current storms. Let's go to Invest 92L. So, all right, here's some of this is probably going to be easier to visualize on here. Let's go here. We'll open this in a new tab. Let's come over here. Okay. Sorry for changing the topic, you guys. Today was a day in Chicago. Yes, it was. Guys, I'm only 10 subscribers away from 3,000. If we could make it to 3,000, oh my God, I would be so happy. Let me show you guys a little something really quick, okay? This is a better look at the global, the different models, okay? Let's see. I'm going to show you. Come over here. Come over here, you guys. Welcome to this side. This is a better representation. Guys, 9 subscribers away from 3,000 subscribers. Thank you. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Okay. So they're going with this moving into the Caribbean. A lot of them are right now. Okay. So let's come back over here and this is a better representation of the GFS ensembles. So pretty good agreement that we're going in this general area. Let's come back over here. The euro, pretty much showing the same type of idea with this, which either way we would have to watch it anyways. But If it moves into the Caribbean, it could fall apart pretty easily because the Caribbean is very harsh right now for any sort of tropical system. And by the way, earlier today, this one of the models was going up into the hurricane category. This is Tropical Storm TS. So most of these models have it being tropical storm. Either way, again, it's too far out in advance. We really need this to actually form. We need this thing to actually form for us to be able to form a better opinion. No pun intended. Okay, so let me see something really quick. No, this is not going to work for us. This is not going to work for us here. Yeah. So when this actually forms, which it probably will, let's see what the National Hurricane Center is saying. And by the way, you guys, let's see, has anybody else subscribed? Yes, I'm only 8 subscribers away to 3,000. Thank you. And sorry for changing up the topic on you guys, but things are starting to slow down with the severe, well, in certain parts of the country. But now that somebody asked me about, you know, the National Hurricane Center and what they're saying, then we have to talk about it. This is what the National Hurricane Center is saying right now. I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. Boom. And we can move this over so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. So, showers and thunderstorms are showing some signs of organization in association with a tropical wave located around 700 miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for development during the next few days. And a tropical depression is likely to form within the next couple of days while the system moves westward to the west-northwest across the central tropical Atlantic. So the chance of development, 60% over the next 48 hours, 80% over the next 7 days. So we're going to have to watch this closely, you guys. I really want you guys to subscribe. This is my specialty. Hurricanes are my specialty, okay? This is how I was even able to get the subscribers that I have now. A couple years ago with Milton and all these people, I just fell off a little bit, but now we're back, okay? So if you guys want to subscribe, we're probably going to end up going live at some point to talk about this and really break this down. Once this thing actually forms, okay, we're going to have a much better idea of where it could potentially go. And the hurricane models are going to have a better idea of where this could potentially go, okay? And I'm going to tell you something, okay? This is why you cannot be too sure when it comes to these things, because literally just yesterday, and here's what I'll do. I'll turn the world so that we can see better. Literally just yesterday, here's our little invest down here, okay? Let me show you. Just yesterday, most of the ensembles and most of the models were saying that this was going to do something like this. Here's the coast. Obviously, this is Florida. This is the east coast of the United States. It was saying that it was just going to basically completely miss the coast. Now, a lot of them are saying towards the Caribbean, and that's just a 24-hour difference. You understand? So this is why we can't be too sure when it comes to this. I think that and that's why it's important to subscribe, because I'm going to tell you guys about the updates when it comes to this. And especially if this thing starts to threaten land, we're definitely going to go live talking about this. So make sure you subscribe so that you know when I'm live. Obviously, I'm a smaller creator. I can answer more questions and things of that nature. Sorry, I'm going to show you the tropical forecast. Exactly, it's true. And basically, hopefully it doesn't come to Florida. K-Dod. Hopefully not. But anywho, because that's where I live. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't love that. But anywho, if it takes maybe a track more like this, which again, we don't want. We don't want that to happen. But let's say if it misses the high levels of wind shear that we have over here in the Caribbean, maybe it has a better chance of actually becoming something a little bit on the stronger end. And I think if it has the tendency to go up this way, it'll also be a little stronger. But we would have to watch and see, because the difference between yesterday and today is ridiculous. I mean, yesterday, most models were saying, oh, it's going to be a fish storm. Now today, we're trending more towards this way. I don't know. I don't know. So we have to watch this really carefully. All right, guys? So make sure that you do subscribe. Okay? Let's see. I'm only 8 subscribers away from 3,000. If you guys could get me there tonight, that would be amazing. Listen, I'm a meteorologist. I worked on TV news for 7 years. I made this weather channel now on YouTube so that we can get into all things weather, especially tropical, but I'm going to go over everything. Severe, winter, whatever. We're going to be going over all that stuff, okay? So please make sure that you do subscribe. If you're ever wondering what a meteorologist is like outside of work, that's me. It's your girl, Jessica. Um, we have fun here. We talk about all different types of topics. I'm a Latina from South Florida, so I do things a little bit differently. We're not robotic around here. We have fun, okay? We roast people in the chat if we have to roast them, okay? And of course, because I'm from South Florida, hurricanes, this is my specialty right here. This is what I like to talk about. This is my favorite thing. But of course, we're going to talk about severe in winter too. So whatever part of the country that you live in, please make sure that you subscribe. I've pretty much lived everywhere. I've lived in the Northeast, the Southwest, Texas, everywhere. I've lived everywhere. So I've pretty much seen most of what the country has to offer in different corners of the country. So I'm familiar, okay? Please make sure that you do subscribe. You're going to have fun here. Trust me on that, okay? And you're going to learn a thing or two about weather, and you're going to get your forecast and some opinions, you know, informed opinions. I do have a master's degree in meteorology as well, okay? Broadcast meteorology from the University of Miami, all right? Please make sure that you subscribe because we're super close to my goal. Okay. Now I'm 7 subscribers away from 3,000. Okay. Let me see. Let me see something really fast. But anywho, oh wait, what I was gonna see about this, about the invest. And let me. I think it's what is it? Control T. Perfect. Thank God. When it comes to this invest here, I wanted to see one more thing, didn't I? Or am I incorrect about that? No. All right. Well, we have to watch this very closely. Okay, my friends? Very closely as it continues to move towards the west. Let's see. Okay, what I wanted to look at is this. Let's see some of the watches right now. How come I don't have the watch list up? Anything new? No, nothing new. So we're good. We're good when it comes to that. But yeah, you guys have the general gist here of what we're saying. Maybe if we look at tropical tidbits, it'll be, I just want to see something on the ensembles really quickly. Let's come over here to the North Atlantic and see. Oh. Yeah, you can kind of see it on here. I'm going to show you guys. That's what I kind of wanted to look at. Because you can kind of see the movement of it. Come on, bro. Okay. What the heck are we looking at over here? These are the ensemble models, okay? Guys, 7 subscribers away from 3,000. Thank you so much for subscribing. So basically, as we move forward into time, this is the first wave here. The one that we just saw, which is this one right here. Boom, boom, shakalaka. And then right behind it is the next wave. Now, because we're looking at ensembles, each number is going to represent a different potential outcome. All right? And of course, these things change because they changed drastically between yesterday and today. But anywho, you're gonna see that some of these numbers are gonna spread out into certain areas. So let's see what happens. The tropical wave moves forward. Okay, it ends up getting close to the Caribbean, maybe already as a tropical depression, maybe a tropical storm. And then most of the members have it going into the Caribbean, but some have it going a little bit more towards the north. Okay, that's what they're saying today. Tomorrow it might change. So that's why it's important to subscribe. So that way you know what the changes are and what could potentially happen in the future. Now, let's go to see. Let me go to the 12Z to see. Let's back up. So, okay. Some of them have them basically, most of them have coming into the Caribbean. All right. Now let's see the GFS. ensemble models. Yeah, they're kind of going with the same idea. It moves into the Caribbean, kind of falls apart in a way. All right. So we're just going to have to watch, my people. We're going to have to watch and see because, I mean, at this point, things switch up so much, it's like not even funny. And we'll do live streams about this so that you guys could ask me questions and things, especially if it ends up, you know. And thank you, Beyond Weather, for deleting the weird messages. But especially if it ends up threatening land, which we have to see. Okay? My friends, listen, I have a job. I have to wake up tomorrow early. If you want to see me again, make sure you subscribe. We're super close to 3,000, but I'm going to have to get off now because I'm only 7 subscribers away from 3,000. You guys, if you want to help me out next time I go live with me and ask me questions or whatever about severe storms or tropical or whatever ends up happening. We're going to cover weather all across the United States like we did today. Sorry for changing the topic towards the end. Please make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in the next live stream or video. Thank you so much.